Hello.
GM.
GM. So we are back for the final demo day, just after
Yeah,
Ape Fest. Look,
yeah.
I
I
heard you
hope.
became a mutant there, right?
I became a mutant last week, actually, just before Fest. I was like, dude, like, I want to be on the inside to get a sense of the community, the culture, all the like the vibes, and so it's like, yes, this has to happen right before login before Fest, and it
That's
was
great.
good. It
That's
was
great.
insane. I think I mean, like, no FOMO here, but it truly is everything what I had hoped for, which was excellent. Got to meet apes IRL, got to meet like I think even outside, like so many people who actually showed up were like hyper bullish, super curious of what we're up here, but like doing, cooking, things like that. It was super cool. The energy was like really unmatched. So I'm looking forward to more of that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I wish I was there, but next year, count me in. We'll do a live demo day there, something like that. It's going to be wild.
Oh yeah, that would be amazing. You do it in person.
So thank everyone for your dedication following us in this camp up to this moment. Today is the big day, the grand demo day, where we're going to see the 10 top projects that participate in the camp, that built, that vibe coded, that went out there to the market, found the first customers, the first users, iterated from the feedback, and now are ready to present the final version. Most of them deployed on mainnet, deploying on Apechain directly, and we are going to ask them to present their video, 5 to 10 minutes presentation maximum on what they have built, what's the tech, how you there watching can access, and what are their motivations in the process around it, right, Alok?
Yeah.
Anything else you would like to
No, I
point out
am
for today?
cu- curious about like the whole process because it starts with like that inspiration. Where did it actually kick off from? What was like the early idea from? And then what was your process of taking that initial idea, converting it into a product, and getting a sense of okay, what's viable, what's not, given the timeline, given the distribution, all of that. So of course, like your idea is phase one, like let's say that's why it's called V0. And now what you actually have in front of you is V1, essentially, right? Like
Wonderful.
this is your launch is actually out there. So I'm really looking forward to the builds.
That's great. That's awesome. May we get started with our first demo then? Opening
Yes,
them
let's kick off.
with George. Thank you very much for coming today, my friend. Let me invite you to the stage for you to speak about the crypto rabbit hole. You may unmute
Uh,
yourself.
you're
There,
muted, yeah.
I'll unmute myself. Thank you so much. Great to meet you, Matthias, and great to see you again, Alok. Yeah, thank you so much for a start for the vibe coding bootcamp. It's been absolutely amazing. It's definitely taken what I was doing beforehand and just really supercharged it. So yeah, very excited to be showing what I have done through the bootcamp as well. So what I might do just to kick things off, share the
It's a pleasure
screen.
to have you here as well. Okay. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you. All right. Yeah.
Okay, let me pull
Are
your
you able to
screen up.
see this screen?
Yes, there you go.
Fantastic. All right. So yeah, my name is George Katulus. I'm the founder of the Crypto Rabbit Hole. It's a project that has been in creation for a few years that I started on my own, and it's basically a trading card game, collectible trading card game in the back end that I've created from a physical prototype and have market tested and that sort of stuff. So we're then looking to build on into Web3 and found Apechain as the home base for where that's going to go. So that's a bigger thing that's being built. But at the moment, what I've done through the Vibe Coding Bootcamp is basically vibe coding fast, fun, blockchain native mini games that are going to be forming part of the foundation of the Crypto Rabbit Hole on Apechain. So this is about the engagement engine. Mini games do form great engagement tools as part of a larger gaming ecosystem. It just gives people something to do during downtime, when instead of committing to a full trading card game, they can engage. So at the moment I'm building quite a few, and these are the two that I've been working on at the moment. So we've got ApeIN, which is based on our card game. So we're using the imagery, the cards from our crypto rabbit hole ecosystem in a push your luck game. That one I had vibe coded into a Discord bot, and I then learned after creating Cryptoku, which is a smaller, easier kind of mini game to create, which is a crypto-inspired Sudoku. I then went and pulled the repo from GitHub using Cursor and then pushing it into Vercel. So all the things that you guys taught me, and that's what we're going to be showing you at the moment. So I'll stop sharing that and then go straight into the demos.
Okay.
So we're able to see this.
Yeah,
so we start off with fantastic. So we start off with this splash screen. Then when you enter, we're able to connect using the third web, the APIs all the way through, multiple modes, tutorials. So let's just go into our noob mode. So we've got 3 modes: noob, degen, and ape. So we're getting progressively harder. So functioning as a board, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Sudoku games. It's a fun way to pass the time. So what I've done is I've taken a lot of the tokens from our ecosystem that we use inside the game, as well as the ApeCoin, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, and basically being able to create visual effects to be able to find where you can put your tokens instead of the numbers 1 to 9. So I really wanted to push Sudoku into more of a crypto theme, which was a bit of fun, and I do quite enjoy it. So it was nice to be able to vibe code this, having leaderboards, I created the rabbit hole token on the Curtis chain, and it actually works in the game, so people can come straight to this one and test that out. I've got links to on where can I put those links?
You can send here the chat, and I'll create a QR code for it if you want.
Cool. I'll put that in the chat.
Okay. So, okay. Let me create a QR code for this. Crypto rabbit hole. And it's on the screen for everyone to access now.
Fantastic. So yeah, this is just a fun little mini game that will create rewards in game. Everything will eventually be tied into the crypto rabbit hole ecosystem, and part of those rewards will be working towards the NFT trading cards, the card packs, and the rest of the ecosystem that's going to be coming up. So yeah, that's that one. That one's pretty simple. And then the other one.
I played that on the flight, actually.
Did you? How'd you enjoy it?
It was actually harder than numbers, right? Like, because numbers feel easy because visually, and then you actually have to map the tokens. So it was fun though. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing is we're retraining the brain to see, instead of numbers, see crypto tokens. That's really what we want people to see. We want everyone to go, I understand, we just want to see crypto tokens. We don't want to see numbers. Get them into the ecosystems.
Oh yeah.
So
sorry, go on.
No, what were you saying?
Yeah, no, I was saying that years ago, I was working on a app which was, the pairs game that you actually have, you have to find the pairs and the cards are upside down.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and you have to find the match, otherwise both of them they close. And it was a free app, but the agency I used to work with, they had an advertising platform. So the back of the cards were actually some brands. So I mean, like the players were actually playing the game, and the at the back of the cards was actually advertising. So you could like potentially speak with some of the NFT collections and then have some of those. That's actually like a good way to actually showcase. So I mean, like essentially you get like a visual feedback, because right now you got symbols. Now you could actually like expand further and like find ways to actually use that visual stimulation, for example. Just again, like throwing an idea out there, because it's a good
100%.
advertising opportunity, right?
Yeah, everything is visual. So when we start to come into the card game ecosystem, the card backs, we can switch out those card backs continuously. People will be able to use put in their own NFT PFPs and stuff like that, just for customization. But we can tag in a lot of projects in as well for people to unlock. So there's a huge range of being able to connect a lot of our favorite projects in through the crypto world into these types of games. So yeah,
Absolutely.
so this one here, I was wondering if I can. Oh, we don't see the splash screen. That's okay. The splash screen comes up, and once again, we've got connected. People can chuck in their PFPs. We've got the leaderboard. I didn't connect the token in on this one because what I want to do is create a central hub where I can connect the tokens for all these games to sort of filter into. So these are bigger conversations I'm going to have from the back end using all the third web APIs. But in this one here, so we come up with the tutorial screen. These are important, but just as important is to be able to skip those at any time. We're using the visuals. So once again, we're connecting. As soon as you edit and customize, all of those things will be populated. So this is a push your luck game. It's kind of a fun game that I've developed a while ago as an original. So what you do is you draw a card, and these are cards that are coming out directly out of our trading card game coming up, and they'll have a point value. So once you have a point value, you're then, with dice rolling, you're trying to roll anything but a 1. If you roll a 1, you bust. So if I'm gonna roll this dice, I get a 6. Now, so what's happening is during this turn, this turn, I get to keep that 8. Now I get to choose whether I'm going to stack that, hold those sats. So sats are our points, which is all very crypto based, or I get to push my luck. So what do you think I should do? I've got to get to 150 points or sats in 10 rounds. Do you reckon I should stack them, or should I push my luck a bit? Hello, cool, Matthias.
Push your luck. Why not, right?
Push my luck. Absolutely. Oh, good drawing.
Epic.
Go on.
Lucky. So I'm now 16. So now what I'm looking for, there we go. That's a better draw, 13. Should we push it again? No, let's push it again.
Come on. Oh.
All right. So it's like, okay, you know what? I think I want to try and keep my 30 points, because if I roll a 1, I'm going to just lose all of that.
Okay.
So let's stack that. And the bot, the AI, have a turn. So then we got these bearish cards that come up. So look, lucky I didn't push it and draw into that. Oh, she's got a better card than I did. But she busted.
Oh.
So it's my turn. So now I've stacked my 30. She's on 0. Round 2 starts. And we can go by pressing on these or pressing on the buttons. So the V0 and cursor has been absolutely amazing to be able to vibe code all of this live and see those changes. So many times I've broke the code because I was bringing in from a much harder build. And yeah, so then you push your luck. Let's stack that and go back and forth between the bot and yourself with multiple game modes. So it was yeah, it's one of these things that bringing all of these, I've spoken to the ZK Verify guys, we've got a mock verify in, so all the wins, the dice rolls, the draws are all verified, and that'll all be very, very important for coming up to verification for rewards. Yeah, so that's that pretty much in a nutshell. And that's wonderful. Now live. Everyone can play these live and have a bit of fun, test it against Sandy, and all of the bots themselves have different personalities. So if we go back into ApeIN, we've got Sandy, Ada, Lana, Engine, and Nifty, and they all play slightly differently. And yeah, it's a bit of fun to look at different modes. So where we've got 150 points in 10 rounds, over here you've got 300 but no rounds, but it's a little bit harder to play. So yeah, the back end was pretty full on to build.
That's amazing. Amazing. Very good project.
I was thinking that like it reminds me of actually like it would be perfect for Ape Fest around that weekend at Vegas, because it has of the craps game, because you don't want to roll this, and there's a bit of like inspiration from casino games. So I like that. It's like immediate association.
Yeah, that's right. And once I had built the PvP in Discord, I hadn't quite figured out how to do the PvP yet in such a short time, but that's being able to get players versus players. And in the Discord, I had been created a six player multiplayer, so you could get a whole group of people in. So there's like, okay, that's one of the modes that are sitting there waiting to be built as well. So when we start connecting the wallets, you can go into the ecosystem and choose, put it out there for multiple player games to be played. And it just creates a much, fun game night. But those will be really good for tournaments, especially coming into the ecosystem. And again, it's all about that visual tie into the project. So we need to be able to start to go through to the actual Crypto Rabbit Hole game. The cards themselves, the actual trading card game is, again, different mechanics to what's out there. And so all of these will form that part of the ecosystem. Everything has to be connected. And now with the power of, the vibe coding and third web and ZK Verify, it's an exciting time to be a builder.
Absolutely. I feel that these amazing tools, they actually make life easier for builders like you, that you don't want to focus like down the actual rabbit hole of how crypto works. You want to focus on the experience aspect of it. Curious, like which part of both third web. So third web you use for the wallet, and I think like the gasless payments as well.
Yes.
And is there anything else? And how did you use ZK Verify?
Okay, so ZK Verify, it's got some APIs to also look at some of the game logic, to especially that with the Sudoku, they had a game logic which I was able to look at and against my game logic. And then what that does is it verifies the game. So each puzzle is solvable, has to be solvable. And that's, once it's verified by something as powerful as ZK Verify, you know that you're not going to get a bung game, an unfair game. Everything is working perfectly. And then we'll be able to start to bring that in from the test net, which I'm currently working on, into the main net as well. So the tools available at the moment through Apechain are just phenomenal.
That's amazing. That's great to hear. To actually like the thought process that the game actually has a like solvable outcome, rather than you're just like navigating yourself and you're never getting out of it. That's great. I'm happy to hear about your experience.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. Mateus, anything else?
Well, that was amazing. 2 projects, right? So you imagine doing that with normal coding would take months.
I did 3.
Coding. 3.
The other one I sort of left off because I had a week off. We went away. So no, it's been that powerful that it's been managed to get that much work done in a short space of time with what you guys have shown us.
So here's the thing. Once you finish it, like ping me, and we're gonna do the third demo as well.
Fantastic.
For sure. You have to do it now. There's no going back.
Yeah. And after this demo, we're probably going to start having users feedback and all, and then you can invest more time in your final project. When you
Absolutely.
People are probably going to love one of these three more, and then you invest more time in this. That's a brilliant idea, actually.
Yeah, I love it.
Excellent.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Georgie. Congratulations for your project.
Thank you.
Cool.
I appreciate your help.
Wonderful. Next in line, we have Minty.
Do we have a drum roll sound?
Oh, we should be able to do that. Let me see.
Yeah, we should do a drum roll.
Next in line, it is going to see. Let me see. Minty. That is great. Thank you very much, Minty, for coming and demo your project today.
Yes, I love that intro. Let's bring the bongos, everybody. Let's bring the energy and the vibes, because that's what we've been experiencing this entire Vibe Code camp. Thank you to Mateus and Alok.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just for context, Minty and I actually managed to catch up in person at ApeFest. That was just like, to think about it, that was like 2 days ago. We were...
Guys, I'm still here. I'm still in Vegas. You don't understand. I haven't left. Like I went to ApeFest, and then somebody introduced me to this other guy. He's like, "Oh, the biggest fintech conference in the world is right next door." And I was like, "Okay." I walked over there, and they let me in. It's a $5,000 ticket, and they let me in because I was with Rogue Radio, and they're like, "Go ahead and cover it." I was like, "Amazing!" So I'm here covering the event. It's insane.
Oh, wow.
That's nice.
That's the power of IRL, right? Like those networks, those connections, those vibes that you actually get in person. You can't match
really,
that.
if it wasn't for Jamie Crypto, who's an amazing, he's like the best tax guy in the UK. He was like kind of like there too, and he's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "You should go to this, Minty." I was like, "Okay, cool."
Sounds amazing. Wait,
This
so
is
IRLs are
informal.
undefeated.
IRLs are the alpha. That's true.
Do I need to go to Vegas now? Okay.
Yes, you do. You should have this weekend.
Yeah.
We're all going home now.
If the question has Vegas, the answer is always yes.
Exactly. Gosh, should I just launch right in? I always like hang out with you guys and vibe with you, but let me know when I should just launch right into this thing, because the screen is up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Welcome. I'm Minty Fresh Vibes, representing Espionage Token Bureau, where we make it possible for anyone, not just the ultra wealthy, to access powerful US tax advantages just by buying a token. For holders, that means on a tax incentive side, what used to take weeks of paperwork, a lot of money in terms of like, legal fees and accounting fees, and really just insider connections to get these deals done. We make that process simple. On the other side, for IP creators, this means a flywheel to fund films and shows, helping Web3 projects break out into traditional media. And we handle all the logistics and complex compliance in between. So it actually makes it easy for both sides to actuate. You may have heard a Thread guy complain about paying 52% taxes. I mean, for the Europeans, you're like, yeah, I would do that. In the US, it's crazy. It's like 52% of his Trump coin wins. We won't talk about what was going on there, but like, he won a lot of money, playing the Trump coin. And, if you've ever taken any profits in NFTs or crypto, you know this pain. It's like realizing the government wants, about half as if you earn this like every month like this. It's painful. And most people can't afford Cayman Island residencies or complex offshore trusts where you have to pay every year for these corporations to exist. And like the new hot thing now is like oil rigs and cattle. It's insane. Just the loopholes that are available. It's clearly a good time to be a Texan. But so, to save on taxes, people are going these lengths. So we built a way to unlock one of the most powerful incentives normally reserved for Hollywood. And we make it available to anyone, simply, legally, and on-chain. So I've spoken with lawmakers, top tax lawyers, and nearly 100 contributors. And the feedback is pretty incredible. I'm just going to go like live and show you guys like straight up. Like this weekend, I did a soft kind of launch. And I was just like, hey guys, I gave out some hats and I was kind of just loosely talking about it. And you can kind of see I sort of gave him a bit of a alpha, because inside all of the merch I was giving away were QR codes that led you to an AI chatbot that gave you more information about the project. This is Miss Penelope, and if you could convince Miss Penelope that you were, legit, she would actually add you to the allow list for the thing. Oh, look, I got a QR code too, George. Look, I came prepared. I got a QR code if anybody can read that. No, props to George. My God, he's making us all look very, very lazy. And so, this isn't just a theory. This is tax advantages that I've been using for decades. And, after scholarships at USC and starting at Columbia Pictures and ICM, I've produced over 150 commercials and music videos for Louis Vuitton, Dior, BMW, Kanye West. Yeah, he was great. He wasn't crazy. When he's a professional, he's professional. All our feature films receive premium distribution, including June and John, which is out now, that I produced for Luc Besson, who's like the Steven Spielberg of France. He did Leon the Professional, Lucy, The Fifth Element, and that's in theaters now, depending on what country you're in. So let me walk you through the site. Oh, sorry, it's locked up here. Pardon me while I restart it up again. Restart. Well, Luke and these brands come to me because, I get things made. And that's part of why I wanted to go through this process of vibe coding with Mateus and with this project and with the Loc, so that I can, in a sense, build in public. And so for me, oh no, it's not coming out as, I'm getting this error.
Vibe in public, my friend.
Vibe coding. This is
it's vibe.
Okay, there's coming in. So this is now brings you into the Mint site, which I came to vibe code with the group for, and it's slightly precise. And so I was getting these massive bids. Like, I'm gonna be straight up. Like, I was getting a lot, like, in terms of like bids, because it's this very precise compliance that I had to make sure was there. And so that's the challenging, the onerous part, and that can seem like a lot. So I was like, maybe if I vibe code it, it can really seem very, very simple, so that I can continue to get help. So brings up a wireframe, and of course there's again that compliance, the terms of service, privacy policy, which you can read in here, and then there's the big one of like, you got a KYC for the tax advantages. Like, you can buy the token and get the airdrops and stuff like that, but you got a KYC if you want the tax break. And so we go, welcome to the world of filmmaking, and we're sucked into this high action movie making world, and we pick our tiers. And so I'm still kind of playing with the tiers right now, but essentially most people are leaning towards the custom tier when they're talking to me, because they have very, very specific amounts that they want to work out. But this can kind of give you a general idea of participation in the different stages. There's a federal incentive, there's a state incentive, and then there's allocation for your interest in these films and in these television shows, which will come by airdrop, which is very, very unique to this space. There's nothing that can give you currently liquidity in a film quite like this. I'm working with Ernest Lee, leveraging his Divotverse. And so with Divotverse, there's all this fun stuff too. Like, if you're holding the token of the project that is also getting this flywheel, it's kind of like tax strategy or token strategy, but with taxes. But you get incentives to, instead of just buying up the floor, you're actually putting your funds towards media and media generation. So it's going to be interesting. Like you saw, I think what was great about getting some of that feedback was that we can see who is interested, and there's definitely a lot of interest if you check on that post. And so just continue, very quickly. There's, again, it's all very compliant. Let's do Glyph because Glyph is hot. And so we're going to mint this. It's going to tell you the benefits. It's going to remind you that this is a soul-bound pass, again, for compliance, which is why we do the airdrop for a bit more liquidity. And then you sign up, again, more compliance. We're trying to make it just very easy and streamlined, but there is a lot of that. But I think in this process, we make it very, very simple. And now we queue into the APIs of signing, and that's going to be Dropbox sign, and then the KYC verification. It was going to be a persona, but it's a bit expensive, and I'm experimenting now with Web3 options They're a bit more cost effective, especially for the MVP. But that's the challenge with this one is, and that's the great thing about coming to this FinTech conference was I got to be careful with compliance because this is so reliant on compliance. I do have to make this very, very secure. This half of that floor out there, and you guys can check my follow me at Minty Fresh Vibes. You can see sort of when I walk that floor and I talk through who's there. Half of the things are security, and so it's for a reason. We want to try and make sure that anybody who gets involved with our projects is going to be super, super safe. So I'm working on the ends to the means to that end. And if you are paying your fair share of taxes, but you feel like you're overpaying, come find me, Minty Fresh Vibes on X.
That was amazing. Amazing demo.
That was really cool. I can imagine that like everything from the whole process of going, like navigating all the legal, the taxation, everything is quite daunting. And you actually have like, hey, look, I'm going to figure this out for you. All you have to do is like do your part, which is, I mean, I can imagine like in Europe, the taxation, the bureaucracy, it's a process. I can't imagine it being any
The great thing is I got to speak on this at a congressional hearing. I kid you not. This was the weirdest thing. Like I was at a premiere for a film, and then I was talking in Washington, D.C., and the woman comes up to me after. She's like, the things you're talking about with digital and community, I've never heard before. Can you speak about this at a congressional hearing tomorrow morning? I was like, sure. So the next morning, I'm like, I've been nervous, but it was very nice. It was a big conference room with a lot of people from Congress, a lot of lobbyists, very, very smart people in that room. But I was able to sort of prove out this idea and this theory of tokenization of it. They actually loved it because it made a hard, provable transaction. Before, this is backroom dealing, this is accounting, people calling each other. This is now a transaction that I can assign value to, and I can add value to. I can create value for the holder of this token. So it's super exciting times, and I'm just so excited to be bringing this. I feel like one of the few people that was able to bring these elements together of what's going on traditionally. That the ultra wealthy are using hundreds of millions of dollars a year are used on this. This is why movies are so bad. They don't care how good the movie is. They're just like, oh, I'm saving so much money in taxes. Like here, I don't care. So it's just a really great way for us to utilize that advantage. Anybody can access it. We're creating a really great pool of capital. And then we're putting that towards Web3 properties. I'm so excited about this part too, guys. Like the properties I'm talking to are the ones where you're just like, oh my God, yes, please, like a movie from them, that'd be amazing. These are the ones that have been grinding, working hard on developing their IP, doing the comic books, doing the novels, and they're ready. They just don't know how to get the green light. And so I'm excited to try and bring that green light to them.
That's amazing. I mean, you already have your audience. You actually have like both sides. You have your audience, you actually have the connections as well. All you actually have to do is to put it together. And now it feels like Espionage is the platform that lets you do that.
That's why I got the patent on this, guys. I literally went out and got, because everyone was like so excited. They're like, oh my gosh, nobody's doing this. I was like, cool. And so that's why I partnered with like Ernest Lee, if you guys know him, amazing tax lawyer. Yes, he's a legend. He's got like tattoos of apes on his chest, and he's also an amazing top lawyer for this, for tax law. And so, partnering with him, and then also, just partnering with a lot of really big brains to make sure that this was, again, going to be very, very compliant and make it super easy so that people on the either side don't have to worry about this compliance stuff. It's the toughest thing. So excited. Please reach out. I'd love to talk about it more.
Also close your first round. Let's do a move of vibe coders. The revolution of vibe code, and then we make this movie with some fancy director and actors.
Hackers part 2, brother. Let's do it. Hack the world.
Congratulations, Minty.
Thank you, guys. You guys have been amazing.
That sounds amazing.
Wonderful.
Any Q&A, Mateus?
Well, just congratulations. And next steps, now that you validated the interest, maybe it's time to get a bit more of the series and ones and bytes there, right? And the grants programs, the studios that are out there. This is ready to go to market, in my opinion. Don't know if you agree, Minty, but
thank you. No, I think it really is. For me, it's just right now about making sure I get proper audits, making sure I get proper legal review, and that, that's going to cost. That's going to cost a little, and I think that that's why, I'm here. I'm present. I want to try and leverage, the community that can potentially make this happen at the highest level. So it's like when I'm talking to auditors, it's not just I'm Googling auditors. I'm talking to Lost and who does he use, to do compliance and auditing. And so I'm just trying to, gather the best team possible to make this happen in the most secure way possible.
That's amazing.
It's a sensitive subject, so you have to get it right. You have to dot all the I's and cross all the T's. But it's wonderful to see you pull this off. I mean, I remember it's been, when was the first time? I mean, a few weeks ago, you presented this concept, and now it's actually here. You can see it. This journey has been amazing.
Yeah.
I will say, asterisk, doing the vibe coding, again, it was a risk on my end because, again, it's building in public. I look like a jackass in front of you guys compared to George, but it's proving sort of what it looks like. And I think that takes the cost away from the development, because when I put this on paper, the bids coming back were oh my God, all this compliance and stuff like this. It was it's going to be a lot of money. I'm it's kind of simple if you put it together. And I really want it to be simplified for people who want to, take advantage of this on either side. Whether you want to, acquire a token because you killed it on a meme coin and you don't want to pay that much in taxes, you just instantly buy this token and you get the immediate write-off, immediate one-to-one write-off completely. And it's almost so powerful that it's I have to educate people on it. But that's kind of, what we're going for here.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Let's go for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minty. Yeah, sorry, I'm speaking on top.
Wonderful. Well, moving into the green room, Minty, congratulations for your presentation today. And should we do the drum rolls again?
Yeah.
Alec?
Oh, yeah. We should do the drum roll. Absolutely.
Hit the spot. Okay, so the next one is going to be next presenter, Crock. Presenting the Banana Arcade. Hello.
Hey, Mateus, good to see you again. Hello, good to see you again. Just saw you a couple days ago.
Exactly. And here we are.
Quick story about that. That's actually kind of funny. I was helping out with the other side event, and I was getting people onboarded to Glyph, which we onboarded hundreds of people, which was really cool. So Alok comes in to come and hang out, and I'm like, hey, do you know how to play other side? Do you have an other side account? And then I realized who it was. I'm like, oh my God, I'm talking to the DevRel guy at Apechain and trying to explain how to onboard onto the other side. Of course, he was wearing an Apechain shirt too, but I was in full help mode. But anyway, I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, it's great to be here, guys. Thanks for having me up.
Thank you for coming.
Happy to have you on board. Yeah, great story. We actually, again, going back to the same theme, IRL meetups, connections, the vibe, they're just smashed. You get to see, you put a face behind the handle. I mean, it feels like for weeks we've been going back and forth through the chats, through the stream comments, and now here we are.
Yeah, no, you guys have been great. Been super helpful. The camp was awesome. Tons of great presenters and guests and everything. So appreciate all the effort you guys put in and the team as well. So thanks for having me up for it. Little bit about my project. It's called the Banana Arcade, and I have a loom to show, and I go into this a little bit there. But really, what I'm going after with this is sort of that Bored Ape Yacht Club vibe. I joined the club in 2023, but I've heard so many stories about minters and from that April through the summer, all the experiences people had with drinking serums, doggo drop, and all those things. And so I've always been fascinated by the vibes that the founders drove with that. And so with this project, really what I'm going after is just recapturing those kind of fun and weird and silly moments in really small packets, right? Because attention span can be really short in this space, and so I wanted to try to tackle that a little bit, just create fun and sort of silly experiences, but at the same time, with account abstraction and things that we learned in the camp, make it easy for normies or normal people to come in and try out these fun experiences as well, and perhaps get into that vibe like we all get into with the community, and then run from there. And so the first game that I created, it's a mini game. It's a Space Invaders style game called the Banana Fever Dream, and I have a loom to show, so I'm going to share that, and it'll run through just a lot more of the specifics, and then I'll come back for Q&A.
That's amazing. You can share your screen. You can pull it up from there.
Yeah, I got to do that right now.
Stage, yes. Make sure to select for sharing your audio if you're playing music. Sometimes you gotta give permissions and all.
All right.
There you go.
You can see it okay? All right, good. Let's push play on this. Everybody, C-Rock here. Welcome to the Banana Fever Dream, my Apechain vibe coding camp project. This project is an arcade style mini game that I just wanted to have a little fun with. Hopefully have players have a little fun with, and just learn everything from camp and sort of incorporate as much as I could into the game itself. In terms of inspiration, I've always been intrigued or had respect for the 2021 vibes of the club. When Mutants were introduced, they had the Mutant Ape arcade, and so doing unexpected and fun things and just not taking anything too seriously sort of really resonated with me, and so I tried to mix in a little bit of that with this game too. So let's dive in. This is the game itself, but just to show you what the landing page looks like, this was vibe coded early on with Lovable, which was really cool to see come to life. Got some Apechain branding in there now that we're on mainnet. And yeah, from here you can jump right to the leaderboard or hop in right to play. So as I said before, this is the game. Down here, we have our two different modes. We have a practice mode, so you can come in and just play a practice game. We have a leaderboard, a little info, feedback button, and up here are the controls for the game itself. And up here, I'll get to this in a bit, but you have the ability to log in and compete on the leaderboard. So just to show you what a practice mode looks like, here you can see my ape moving around, throwing some bananas, shooting the invading ships. Yeah, it gives you kind of a little gist of the game, just to show you how quickly you can jump in and practice. Here we have our game over screen. But yeah, just to jump back to the game itself, a little bit more info. Wrote up a quick backstory that sort of kind of takes into account the lore that I've sort of tried to build around the game itself. And so, if you're having a fever dream, all hell is breaking loose. So, you fall asleep, get into this dream, and then what happens, right? Ships start invading. And so what do? You got to fight back. So apes come together, start fighting, protect the swamp. Got a couple of game modes, as I said, practice and competition. This is where, logging in and the Apechain integration comes to life. Got some controls here, and then some information on power-ups, including the legendary reality warp. Maybe we'll get it. We'll see. So just to show you what a login flow looks like, I'll do a traditional wallet first. As you can see, it logged in with my MetaMask. There's actually account abstraction working in the background. But here, if I wanted to insert a coin, play a game, putting in 0.18 to play, confirm that, and we dive right into the game. Grab one of those multipliers. Up, here comes one of the bigger ships shooting at me. Got him. Keep going. You can see the ships coming in at different angles, different directions, randomized. The waves get faster over time, increasing the difficulty of the game. Because really, it's just meant to be like a fun hop in, play a little bit, compete on the board, and see if you can rank up, right? And see where we go from there. All right, so just to keep going, I'm going to let these guys take me out. I'll show you what a leaderboard post looks like. We got 2 hits. All right, and there you go. Now we're submitting to Apechain. And what's cool about this is that with it being abstracted, I'm sponsoring gas. So you can see you have to confirm the request with a traditional wallet, but no gas to be paid by the user. So our score was 93.50, successful. And we hit the leaderboard right there. All right, let me log out. Gonna come back, log in with Discord, just to show you what that flow looks like. We'll do a social login here. Also connected with a smart account. This account has some ApeCoin in it, so we'll go ahead and play. And here you'll see with the abstraction, it's gonna go straight into the game. Basically, popped in the 0.1 to start playing, completely seamless for the user. Definitely some more UI improvements that I'd love to make on this, right? Like giving the user a little bit more clarity on what's happening there, and okaying actually sending the ApeCoin into play. But again, there was no wallet interaction there, which is really cool. So we'll let these ships take me out, and we'll watch that one hit the leaderboard. So there we go, submitting your score to Apechain again. 33.50 on the board. You can see I got 2 with this wallet there. So yeah, that's the gist. We have just kind of working in the background, have an account factory from Third Web. That's where the smart account abstraction layer comes in. 2 custom contracts that were vibe coded, CoinSlot and Leaderboard. And here you can see these were the last 2 transactions that we sent in to play the game. So yeah, so that's it. That's the Banana Fever Dream. I had a lot of fun with this. Big thanks to Apechain team and Venture Miner for an awesome camp. And yeah, that's the game. Have fun with it, and see you guys soon. Bye.
Amazing.
That was so good.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Okay. Whoops. There you go.
Yeah, it was really fun to make, and given the time frame, it was like I had to keep like reducing my scope, so I have this huge list of things that I want to do, like improve the UI and add sound effects and all these different things. But I want to make sure I had a fully built game that was fully functional and on mainnet. Of course, had to get there for the end of the camp. So
I mean, it gives me that like Space Invaders vibe, but combined with the Web3. My favorite bit is everything like the smart accounts. That's not. I mean, that process is incredible. Like you don't actually have to sign anything. The game you can actually start, but it also gives you notifications, so you actually know what's actually going on. And the whole process is actually out there. The leaderboard, everything, gas is abstracted. Wonderful, loved it.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah, and honestly, the class was super helpful. I went back and watched the streams to make it through certain parts of the development. And then when I needed help, reached out to Alok, who helped me through a couple hurdles, which was awesome. And yeah, I'd love to keep building on it. I think like in terms of our community, it would be great to run a little competition. Because you have to submit ApeCoin to get to the leaderboard, and perhaps have some prizes associated with that. So I'd love to do stuff like that, but then, like I said, also make it easy for others that just like to play little games like this to come in, log in with their social, perhaps later on integrate a quick way to purchase some ApeCoin so that they can actually play and go from there. So yeah, it's great. Had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. Yeah, the first idea that comes to my mind is like it's great that you actually integrated Discord as well, because imagine community game nights, some fun stuff around it. So I think like Discord integration is great. Like you can actually like build write like a Discord bot as well.
Oh, that's
And I
true.
feel that there's a huge, I think like huge opportunity there with all these community gaming nights, community events, things like that. This and you just like log in with the Discord. Again, you get like an embedded wallet based on your Discord login, which
Mm,
is just like on some on those lines. And then based on your roles, because you actually get like Discord authentication, right? Which means that
right.
your roles, you could actually add in some form some XP to the users. You could actually build on top of the like the Discord angle.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. And it's perfect space for a mini game for people to just pop up and start playing and then you know, talk smack to their fellow community members. Down the road, I'd love to, one of my goals is to eventually get to other side and build the same type of mini experiences there. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll start small and build up, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
I think like for your, I think first step, it's not a step, it's a leap. I think
Yeah.
it's incredible you managed to integrate all those features. It actually looks and feels like it, and it's on Mint. It's out there. You can actually like go ahead and play it. You have contracts, like multiple contracts in it, leaderboard, and the second contract was I forgot the name.
Yeah. Coin slot for
Yeah,
the
coin slot
actual.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like smart. I mean, like everyone's like, oh, you can't wipe code smart contracts, but come on, it's actually
Yeah,
out
and
there.
the actually cool part is leaderboard will verify that the user put a coin in. So they're actually, I had to whitelist the coin slot contract with leaderboard so that they could talk to each other and make sure. And that was AI suggestion, so it was like completely, through the vibe code experience.
100%.
Yeah,
That's
pretty neat.
incredible. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole point of the process is to validate that you have PMF, and if you are getting good feedbacks from your users, intent of people pay, it's even easier for you to go to market, bootstrap that, or even raise capital, because there are hundreds of thousands of outside smart contracts with zero users, and now we're having some use traction, and then you can audit your smart contract and get a team if needed. I believe that this is going to be the norm now forward. Let's stop making dead smart contracts and start having contracts that are actually being used on chain.
Love it.
Good
Cool.
question.
Well, thanks for the opportunity, guys. Appreciate it.
oh, absolutely, that was incredible, and congratulations again. That looked so good.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate it.
you. Thank you very much for participating in the camp. We're going to move you to the green room. And we have our next presenter ready to come. Let's announce next in line, Jay.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, man?
Okay, that's so cool.
I love
Thanks for coming.
everybody's reaction when they first see the avatar.
That's it.
Yeah, this is a VTube avatar.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
actually,
full like eye tracking, everything. I can go, one eye open, close eyes, like everything. Yeah.
oh,
Can you do a backflip? Thank you very much for coming, Jay. So tell me a bit more about your project. Let's get this demo out there.
Yeah, no, thanks. Thanks first off for setting this up. It's I'm very non-technical, so something like this is very much appreciated. I have no development skills. Like I once installed Debian for fun on an old phone, and I followed like some guide online, and I did some deving way back in school. But apart from that, zero dev experience. So something like this was very refreshing. I did take all your advice too. Like I'm going to be showing you guys the development environment as well, and like showing you the presentation through the development environment because I have it hosted there. Had some issues getting what is on my local server to appear properly in GitHub and in the oh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, just giving you a showcase because your avatar is super cool.
Oh, okay, awesome, cool. Well, I was also going to show the scene as well, and I can do the presentation that way. I'm just going to move my camera a tiny little bit. So I'll share the link as well, and just with a caveat that there are some things that we're going to be pushing to the website to when things are kind of more figured out. I'm not technical, but I'm working on getting a technical kind of co-founder to help out with this. I'm already leading an NFT project called Mars Cat's Voyage, and we're already doing like a whole bunch of stuff in metaverse activations. We're the biggest community in Nifty Island, and we do weekly game nights in other side as well. So we've been very, very busy, but I've got someone in mind to help me lead this project. What we're trying to solve with this, and it's something that I had been thinking about for years. It's not very unique in a sense, but a few things that we're trying to solve with respect to kind of like a crisis of capital and curation in Web3. One of them is, it's kind of shocking that 4 years in, with all the cool kind of smart contract features that we've got, we still can't figure out a way to, or people haven't implemented in the right way, some form of a smart wallet or smart treasury or something like that, where if someone mints an NFT project, I mean, on the token side, it's very different. There's we understand that there's a lot of there's a lot of token lockups and stuff. You get it after a year or two, and that's all fine and dandy. But on the NFT side and on the IP launching side, it's been very much the same for 4 years, where you just do a mint, the project gets all the funds up front, and royalties potentially is the kind of long-term incentive. But in most cases, I mean, there really isn't a long-term incentive, and we've seen in many cases people just take the money and run, right? Or pretend to be, wanting to deliver something. Things get a little bit too difficult, and they go, because there's really no, for them, I guess, incentive to stick around. And so a lot of the times too, so that's one thing that we're trying to figure out, is like, how can we design a system where people can contribute and be active participants in launching IP, so NFTs, and specifically in this case, ones that are going to be metaverse ready, or that are going to be integrated into these virtual worlds, and have feel like they're not getting themselves set up to fail in a sense. And the second thing that we're trying to another thing that we're trying to solve is there doesn't seem to be long-term incentives like right now designed with IP launches. Typically people do struggle to launch an IP, right? It's a lot of work right now in this market. And often it isn't enough for people to then transition full time to then working on the IP. And I think it's partly also because of the way that there is that kind of crisis of capital, and there is a bit of distrust in the market. People aren't so willing to kind of throw too much behind, investing in different IPs and NFTs. And a lot of times too, like most of the time, people here are also just here to trade. They're here for the speculation. Like, can they make a bit of a flip on an NFT? And that's always going to be in any market, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think that solving those two elements, so making sure that you've got funds that are that are kind of protected in some sense, and that you've got long-term incentives through, and I'm going to explain it through this platform, through like XP, and also other kind of token dynamics as well that I'll mention at the end of this. And then the other side of it is on a kind of just a basic curation component. Oh yeah, what's up?
Because we're trying to get the demos at like 5 minutes and 5 minutes Q&A. Maybe you want to
sure.
like that. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. No worries. Yeah. And the last thing I was going to mention is just like, then there's also the curation component where people don't necessarily know which IP is going to make it big, or don't know if something's going to be good. So they don't know whether to put their money into it. And even teams, they don't know how to market it necessarily. They do a bunch of sneak peeks, and you have to assume that it's going to be a good project, but you don't know how the market's going to take it, right? So it's better to figure out whether it's going to be good IP before you get capitalized and financialized, versus afterwards, right? So you don't have to rug if it doesn't actually work out and the market doesn't embrace it, right? So it's kind of like thinking about actually implementing the things that we've been talking about in Web3 that we want to see. So when you get to the website, this is what it's going to look like. So there's going to be, it's XP kind of powered for now. And you then, if you're new, you're going to get started. So you're going to click on the, one second, let me just do a little refresh here. All right, cool. So then you're going to have two different sign-up methods. So it's going to be all embedded. So you shouldn't be looking at any kind of wallet information. It should only just be very much embedded. So you're going to actually either connect with Google or X, and we've simulated kind of the transaction on the back end, or the auth. So then if I go JB, we've got, okay, I'm going to gain 50 XP for doing this, create an account. So this actually creates a wallet in the background. So it's part of the third web features of like those smart managed accounts. And then here I can then change my picture. I've got like, that's my XP balance right now. That's my ID. And it's like, what is this? This is just tells people this is your unique wallet address on our platform. More to come. Here's going to be trophies that people can get for participating. Social connections if you want to add more. Also, this is your recent activity. And then people can then go to, they can submit a Spark to get some IP, to get some XP. And that's where you put in your ideas, and people can then hype it or swipe it if they want. And for submitting a Spark, it's as basic as putting in, a title, description. For video, ideally something that like showcases like, what the actual IP is, and, what you're going to be, what the kind of preliminary idea of like, what you're going to be trying to accomplish. And then on the hype feed, you're going to be seeing all the different IPs, right? On mobile, you'll be swiping up or swiping down. And on PC, you're either just like hyping or not. But then what's kind of cool too is if you really like something, you can what you can do what's called boosting XP. So you can add how much XP you've already got. Like let's say if you want to add 100 to it, you can boost it if you think it's going to really get to the next stage. And there's a bunch of different stages that these can go through pretty fast. And the earlier you find something and the earlier you boost something, the better off you are. But obviously, if you're boosting something that isn't going to get to the next round, you're going to be losing all that XP, and that's going to be important later on, through TG. And so there's also another side of it, and I'm not going to go too much into that, but we also want, once an idea gets to a certain amount of traction, you'll be able to then form teams like in the squad up section. So you're going to see who's in here, who's already been added. It's going to link to their other credentials like ethos, credentials, and any kind of decentralized reputation credentials are also going to be added to this. And people are going to be eligible to also be at the very last kind of stage before it goes to funding round. There's going to be a few amount of people that are going to be vetted to kind of give their blessing, their last kind of blessing. So it's speed running governance to a degree. And at the funding side as well, here you're going to be able to see all the different projects that are at that funding stage that you can go in and mint the Genesis NFT for just initial capitalization. And then down the line, once these actually make it past future stages, they'll be able to then do a full NFT mint. And what I haven't been able to show through this is that there's going to be prediction markets that activate once people get up to, into different rounds. People are going to be able to vouch or bet their XP, and then later on tokens on whether or not a project is going to get past a certain phase. So you can see how it's taking, so instead of the fun of whether you're going to get rugged or not when you mint an NFT, the fun is now put into whether or not a team is going to get past certain milestones. And if they don't, there's a system so that the funds get frozen, and then people can burn their NFTs and then recoup whatever funding is in the treasury, right? And treasury is only going to be released at certain phases, so people have to actually develop, and people have to actually showcase that they're doing something to be able to get the next phase, and people can have fun, and teams are going to be presenting live in public and on spaces. So you can imagine, like, they could be a bet that's live saying, hey, are they going to be able to make it to are they going to deliver the sneak peek of the art? And then they're on spaces, you got the devs and the team saying like, oh, well, we ran into some issues, like, oh, and then the prediction market, people start like, selling the dumping the XP or claiming their call and stuff. So it's a different way of structuring the fun, and we've got a landing page and all that stuff set up so that people know a bit of like what we're going to be talking about. And I'll go briefly, but there's some stuff below that's a bit alpha that I don't want to scroll too far past. But this is going to be kind of like the landing page for people to want to contribute at the early stage, and benefit early from the different projects that are going to be coming in and presenting their ideas. And that's ApeIN.
It's amazing.
I was going to say that like that idea is so cool that you actually put.
Got the applause. Sorry. Go on a lot.
Yeah, I was saying that the idea is like so cool that you actually put your trust and your faith on chain. It actually adds a layer of vouching, especially if you're a creator, and essentially like you can actually build your reputation as a first-time founder or someone who's actually been in the space for a while. I think like in this space, especially, like reputation is everything. So you actually put your, what's it called, like where your mouth is, like you put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah.
100%. So I love this idea that like you created sort of a prediction market of if this project is actually gonna like go, if they're actually gonna like follow through on their claims, and even like milestone based, right? It's not like binary. It's not like a 0-1 equations. So this is like really great in terms of figuring out the tranches of tranches of delivery. Amazing, loved it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Amazing. So this is the power of Vibe coding, right? You see if you have market potential before investing time. You're applying the same concept for IP production. It's brilliant seeing if people would like to buy, if they would relate to this IP before actually buying tokens or engaging directly with the community or spending money. So you're applying the same concept for the creator part. I guess those two go hand in hand very often. Great idea.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. And it's like, oh, no, go ahead, Alec.
No, I was saying that like it's a mix of both, right? Like, as I was going to say, one is actually the idea part, and the other is the execution. I feel that like you have both of them in there, because in some cases you feel, oh yeah, this is like a great idea, but then they actually don't execute on it. And on the other hand, it feels like this actually gets you the good balance of both. So I love the idea.
I appreciate it. Yeah, and it's basically like, essentially like a launch pad, but it's a different way of thinking about launch pads, right? So people can, a lot of times people just have really good ideas, but they don't necessarily want to be part of the execution step. So there is going to be ways that people can submit ideas and they get an NFT for it, but they can decide whether they want to be in the the implementation phase or not, or just be the visionary that had that idea, and like other designers, other devs can handle it, but they at least have on chain that provenance that they had that awesome idea or concept for characters or worlds and stuff. So there's a lot of people like out there that are like that like to feel like, oh shit, that was my idea. But definitely implementation, that's not for me. I don't want to be in the limelight, which is totally fine. And then there's people that also have already developed teams. They have a team of like a friend and a dev, and like, they already have some pretty good ideas. They can also submit a Spark and have a team already fully developed, right? But it still has to go through the same process of, are people vouching for it? Are people using their XP to think that you have a really good idea? And then you move through other different tranches. And then once you get enough heat, have enough hype, that then would go into the next phase of trying to get the funding, and then later on a full kind of like NFT launch. But yeah, it's just trying to keep things, and it's not to make it like super boring and make it super safe, because like now funds are in a vault and it's like, but the space moves so fast and I want to take the 100,000 now and we have all the spending we need to do, all this type of excuses you hear. But you can still make it. Like, we're in freaking 2025. You're going to tell me you can't, like, we can design something that's like fast governance. Like, you've got, in things that is going to get to a certain stage or not. But where you can have the fun is now using prediction markets on whether or not an idea is good, right? And then also whether or not a team is good, right? And you can benefit or, suffer in kind of like how they're doing from an execution perspective. But then the fun, you get to maintain the fun on the actual minting side of an NFT, right? And have a bit of that safety and not have to constantly check the floor and have panic attacks and stuff, right? So it's a different way of structuring.
Love it. Just like final questions. How hard was it to actually like go from your ideation to your V0 and then like V1, like essentially like vibe coding everything? How much of it did you actually feel? Where did you actually, like, let's say the parts are very easy, parts where you struggle, and which are the parts that could be improved on?
I think it was pretty easy to go from like V0. I think after, like, from V0 was probably the easiest part. Like, the landing page was all done pretty much in V0. Had a few little edits I had to make. The main website as well was pretty much all V0, and had to then move that into Cursor to then add all the Web3 stuff. I think where it was maybe tricky is you probably have to almost follow the courses by the letter, and like not kind of diverge, because anytime I tried to like diverge thinking I found a bit of a shortcut, again causes hours of pain afterwards, right? Trying to mend it or go back. And then sometimes I wanted to just kind of restart from the start, like just completely destroy the file and redo my prompts from the start with like a different kind of focus. But no, it's really good. And I think it's very important to follow the things by, very, very, step by step, and not try to do your own thing. But yeah, the tools are very, very good. I think it's like exciting to see that, you can put together ideas like this and have them kind of come to life very, very quickly. So yeah, no, it's awesome. Great job. And thanks again for allowing us to participate. I know many of us are wearing a bunch of different hats and, 3-4 hats. So for me, it was a lot of juggling to kind of get the, homework in and making sure I kind of kept up with everything, went to the courses. But I think you guys have designed something really nice that many people can participate in and do some really productive work.
Congratulations. You did great. Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye.
Take it, Jay.
Bye, everybody. See ya.
All right. Thank you for coming. Yeah. Yes. Sometimes web code is like a slack line. You got to go straight ahead in that path. If you try something else on the side, you might fall unless you know exactly what you're doing. So it can be a little tricky. Take off.
And it's not
the camp.
Binary. It's more like a process. You actually, there's even with vibe coding and getting, if you have like what you want at the end, there's still a process of trial and error. And with AI, actually, I think that the trial and error gets even more amplified, because of course it's like you're absolutely right, and then it does its own thing. So
it deletes your database.
Yeah.
It happens. Been there, done that.
In
1 hour of lives, to have 5, maybe 6 demos to go. let's try to get them on a 10-minute each.
Sure.
And the next presenter, let's pull up to the stage, Zara from FortuneSquare. Thank you very much for coming. Hello, hello. Your mic is muted. Yeah.
I got you. Good morning, guys. How are you?
GM, all good. How about you?
I'm good. So all right. So I'll start off with just a little background of me. My name is Zara. On Twitter and Discord, Z5. You can just call me Z if anything. So me, I come from mostly a sales background, but professionally, but self-taught coding. I've been designing websites for a little over 15 years. Even app development, I still have some of my old app UI designs and everything, but I just used to do that for myself. I never like professionally. I did start doing web design professionally maybe about 10 years ago and made a little good money off of it, but not enough to sustain me. So I did end up working in sales because of it, but still learning in the background and everything. And then crypto comes along and about a little over a year, I started learning more about Web3 and the development and all about that. And then this year I started learning about vibe coding because my work schedule sounded like a perfect thing to be able to do that. And then you guys popped up on my Twitter and I applied and got accepted. So now I went into crunch mode and built FortuneSquare. So mainly a lot of me and like throughout my career and just my personal life, I'm community driven. I've always been a community organizer, been a president of my clubs and organizations in college, and and events and everything. It's just who I am. And that's probably why I'm drawn to NFTs and the communities that it is. So with that, I wanted to show you, demonstrate FortuneSquare to you guys. Let me see. I will share my screen.
Wonderful. Yeah, if you share a screen, you can pull it up to the stage.
Gotcha. All right. Are you guys able to see it?
There you go.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so this is my homepage. It's just a landing page to be able to basically show you the initial features of this. What this is, it's an NFT marketplace, but I like to call it an exchange. Reason why is mainly because you're gonna have an exchange is with communities. You're building, you need to have communication. So that's why you'll see here that it's ingrained. Community is commerce with this NFT marketplace. So now here you'll see some of the featured collections. I just added indexed 4 just so that people will be able to see an example of what a collections page will look like. You'll see a deep dive into the features that are on here and that I'm building out as well. So just starting off, you can see that you can log in, and I use Third Web for the wallets and the embedded wallets or the smart wallets. And users will be able to link their MetaMask as well too, and other external wallets. The smart wallet is for the gasless features. I want to essentially make everything gasless, but for now it's just going to be a few features and I'll be able to go over that with you. MetaMask will be for your transactions. So let me just show you, we'll show you Gob's collection and just to show you what a standard collection page would look like on here. Let me let it load a little bit. So when I say community is ingrained, what you'll see is you'll see the NFT collection, and you'll also see a place for the collection owners or the community leaders that they assign to be able to update a news feed. So here's the collections, how they look. You also can add them to your watch list. just in case you have your eye on something you want to purchase. So we'll add a few of those to my watch list, and you'll see them show up later on in my profile. Bundles, we'll go over what those are. Those are pretty much NFTs within NFTs, and they'll show up here if there are any bundles within that collection. Newsfeed will be updated just like a Twitter or Facebook feed. Community is going to be a token gated chat, just like you have on Discord. I don't have any gobs in this wallet, so I don't have access to this chat. An activity feed just to be able to see the collection feed, right? So I want to show you a basic profile page now. Now, here's my profile page as an example. My intention is to be able to make sure that as well as all of this is new, I want to make sure that it's familiar as well to users. So you have your portfolio that will show all your NFTs. Treasuries will be another feature that I'll be adding, and I'll go over that briefly at the end. And here are the NFTs in my watch list, and you can see the ones I just added as well too. Following, you can follow each other on this. You have users you can follow and unfollow, and you can see them here just like you see on any other social media. So now going over some of our main features. So here you can see some listings. You can see right here an example of a bundle NFT. So now what that is you have multiple NFTs combined into one NFT. So therefore you can trade, buy, sell everything as one. So just to give you an example, other side avatar starter pack, and you include a G, a Gob, a Nikito, and a Night Glider, and you sell it as one NFT rather than having to list all of those as one NFT and hope that you can sell them in the amount of time you want to. Or you could just be a good Samaritan and give someone avatars. You'll be able to have a description here. The bundle contents, users can see what's in the bundle contents. And you'll see each and every NFT in there. Each bundle, you can add about 50 NFTs into one bundle. And you can see the bundle and activity of the NFT itself and the contents, of what's in the activity of the contents within the NFT. And then of course the blockchain data as well too. So going on, let's create a bundle really quick with some of these test NFTs down here. In fact, let's use all of them. And we'll just call this one Apechain on top, right? And we'll call it Demo Day Bundle in the description. And we will just go ahead and select all of the NFTs we want to add, right? So this is 3 collections. So it's 3 different collections. So you can do cross collection as well. And you can also use it as a cleanup. And then you'll be able to select the thumbnails on them as well. So we'll do 3 different thumbnails. Actually, I want to be able to easily identify it too. So we'll do the all red, right? We'll hit continue. And then it's 4. So we'll just approve all of those. And the MetaMask is your transactional one. So we'll just approve all of those really quick. And we'll approve. I do want to make this, like I said, with the account abstraction eventually. It's just a little more to work with the contracts, to design the contracts to work with the account abstraction. So now we just confirm and we'll create the bundle and confirm that. Confirm. All right, bundle's created. Page will refresh. and we'll see our new bundle right here in the portfolio. While we wait, you can also see that you can edit your profile, header image, avatar, username. You can see your profile wallet address that's assigned to every user. Social links you can add in there, and you can see that I added my Twitter link in there as well. And you'll be able to share it as well on various social networks. Oh, here's our bundle right here. And you can see 10 items. It's not listed, but Apechain on top, description, demo day bundle, 10 NFTs, activity, we just created it, and it was transferred to my wallet. And we'll let this load because I didn't let you guys see it last time, so that you can see the activity of each NFT that's within there. There we go, right there. And you'll see the bundle contents as well. These will be able to, you can also unwrap them, list them for sale, and be able to have all of that with you. That's pretty much it.
Wonderful.
And we'll just let this unwrap and you'll be able to see that.
That's amazing. Let me give you the whole applauses here of everyone in the crowd. Can you hear them? let me pull that. The full audio here didn't go through.
And now they're all back.
There you go. This is 781 people listening to us right now, applauding. Congratulations for your project, Dara. We think we're all great use of the technology. What do you think, Alok? You're muted. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, sorry about that. Like, oh man, like it's been a while since I've seen 6.5.1 implementation, and this feels like the perfect way to actually like combine, because I feel that the aspect, like you create a token gated chat. I'm curious, did you use like XMTP for that, or it was some custom implementation?
Sorry, what did you ask?
The token gated chat, did you use XMTP for that, or like how? Because that's the part I'm also curious about.
I just used the I gotta go over it the specifics, but I just pretty much just token gated the tab on there.
Okay.
Claude tried to get a little creative and token gate every single message that you send, but I had to set it just to the tab.
Yeah. Okay.
I do want to. It's still in the testing phase because I want to make sure that because it's on the blockchain, so I want to make sure that that messages are encrypted as well too. So and it's still a private chat. But yeah.
That sounds so cool. I mean, like technically, it makes sense to actually have each and every message encrypted. But yes, AI does sometimes go overboard. But this is like really cool that you can actually create the community right in there, and now you actually can just like, it's true, like, you know, like a starter pack, you get your first like bundle, so you actually have access to multiple communities, and then you don't actually, because I think like for onboarding, like from 0 to 1, there's still a bit of like, okay, where do I get started, right? Like there's a bunch of spaces, there's like marketplaces full of the options. How do you actually go about it? And I think that this is like the perfect introduction into something like other side, for example.
Yeah, definitely. See, like, yeah, I like using the inspiration of Agora and everything, like just thinking of that. Other side is definitely an inspiration with it.
And the bundling, right? Like I was just in chat, I was having this convo that TBAs like ERC 6551 are like so underrated. There are so many use cases of actually like having. So just for reference for anyone here, like token bound accounts or ERC 6551s are essentially like your an NFT actually gets its own wallet, so you can actually nest NFTs inside and turn it into a bundle. That's just like the TLDR of 6551, and Love the use case. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, this is another part of vibe coding. Sometimes there are a lot of good tech out there, good templates that we could build upon, and the smart contract engineers are very good at creating those smart contracts. But the applications on top of it, sometimes they get loosened, and then these teams, they put out big grand projects out there, and no one builds on top. So Zara, thanks for proving the application of vibe coding there as well, because you know the primitives, you know the smart contracts, how you can set up them, and then you build the application very quickly on top to showcase your idea. Much better than a white paper that no one's going to read. Now you can find your customers there and use the protocols and the line protocols to actually generate some value for Web3. That's brilliant.
Love it.
Very well done. Congratulations.
Congratulations again.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Wonderful. Zara, we're going to use the green room. We have our next presenter here already. Well, without further ado, let's call Uncle Mac, presenting the Mineboy project.
Hey, GM, can you hear me?
GM, yes, we can hear
GM.
loud and clear.
Excellent, thanks. I don't have a fancy an avatar where its mouth moves and whatnot, so you'll just have to pretend. Yeah, thanks for having me.
That's cool.
How do you want to go with it? You lead this thing. I'll do what you want me to do, and show you what I've got.
Perfect. Well, are you ready to present your screen? May I pull it up to stage?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Wonderful. So you built your Vibit, and now the next 5 minutes you present what you did, and then some Q&A. The best way to move forward.
Excellent. So this is Mineboy. Welcome to Mineboy. This is the welcome screen modal. So this shows a little bit of welcome screen. I think my scroll thing is actually terrible here. So let's try and do it. We've got the season's prizes. Oh my god. Let me just slow down. Bring it back. It's a gamified cryptographic SHA-256 mining dApp. So one of the things that I like most in crypto is the crypto mining. I like explaining it. I like visualizing it. I've dabbled with ASIC miners. I just like it. It's fun. And it always inspired something in me. You know, when you hear this term of mining, I picture pickaxes and I picture RuneScape, and I want to mine some stuff. So that's kind of what I've built here. And I also, when I'm in the real world, whenever you try and explain like crypto mining to people, it's difficult to try to like figure out what it is. And the best analogy I always used for people is, imagine you've got a Rubik's Cube and you have to solve it. And when you solve it, it like cracks open and magic internet money falls out. And so that's the kind of visualization I was trying to achieve with Mineboy. And then I've added infinite amounts of layers to it. I've gone way too overboard. Absolutely overcooked the whole thing. But it works somehow. I don't know how. The vibe coding gods were with me, and it works pretty sweet. So the first layer of it is obviously mining. You mine a token, and there's a leaderboard, and you get on the leaderboard, and the top place on the leaderboard win prizes. That was the MVP of the project, and I'll demonstrate that to you in a second. So I'll just scroll down through here. So what you need a pickaxe, and it converts a pickaxe NFT that I did with a different developer called Rugadev into a mine cartridge, like a cartridge for a Game Boy, essentially. You need Ape, so for claim fees. So just like any gas on any network, you got to pay the piper. And then NPCs, which is not a punk's cult, give you a boost to your rewards as well. So we'll click, don't show this message again, we'll click let's mine. So this is the Mineboy interface. We got lots of different buttons and things and displays going on. Obviously we got connect. I'll just run through them quickly. We got connect, we got menu. Menu shows a whole debug panel, shows active miners and total miners and how many pickaxes and how many claims have been used and how much token has been mined. We will scroll down and close that. I don't know why my mouse is working so terribly. I'm having to scroll miles here. We've got a wallet model, which I'll open quickly. I need to connect, obviously. So I'll do that first. We'll connect with Rabbi, who I'm a big fan of. Big shout out to Rabbi. I'll connect with my Mineboy miner. So all messages come up through the terminal, error messages, things like that. Most of them are gamified and simplified. We've got the different models. So we had mint cartridges, minting is closed, all the pickaxes are gone. You can buy them only on secondary. We'll close that. We've got an information model, which shows all my links nicely. And it shows like how to play and what things do. So there's how to play, which is get a minecart, connect wallet, select a minecart, which we'll do in a second. We'll start mining. We'll find a valid hash, and I'll talk through what a valid SHA-256 hash is. We've got claim rewards, and then I'll talk through the mine strategy flywheel, and I'll also talk through Mineboys and Minster, which I implemented just this last weekend. So we have reward tiers as well. So each hash is of a different quality and awards a different amount. So when I explain what a SHA-256 hash is, this will make more sense. But what we do is we use the first nibble of a byte of the hash to determine the quality of the hash, all the way from trash hash, which gives you 8 of the token, to hashalicious, which gives you 128 of the token. Difficulties and rarities. So depending on how many people are mining at the same time, just like a real blockchain, it increases the difficulty. So the valid hash that you're searching for gets more complicated. More complicated hash takes longer to mine, so it should slow people down and make it more difficult. There's some tips and info and some security and session info as well. So security is use a burner wallet. I've implemented delegate. I do have glyph implemented, but I've disabled it for now because it was being a little bit twitchy. And then there's a bunch of security stuff which runs through my backend server, which stops cheating and whatnot, because nobody likes cheating. But basically what it does, the backend watches all the time. It has a heartbeat that's running to make sure that you're still active and you're still connected with the same wallet and connected with the same pickaxe, and that you're not trying to hot swap between wallets with different pickaxes to get more claim than you should be allowed. It only allows you to mine with 3 pickaxes per wallet at a time. If you try and open another tab with the same wallet and try and use the same pickaxe or a different pickaxe, it will kick you out. It is quite robust, even to the point where I had to dial it back a bit because it's too robust and it was making people not mine. Well, let's do some mining straight away. So we've connected wallet. We need to insert a cartridge. So we've got delegate here, but I'm not using a delegate wallet right now, but it does work. You can try it if you want. We'll load cartridges. So we'll see my 3 cartridges here. So we've got 3 different kinds of cartridge, and they mine at different mining speeds. So a drip axe is the best. It's made of diamonds. Then we've got the Morgul pick hammer, which mines at 7,000 hashes per second, and the blue steel at 6,000 hashes per second. So we'll use the Big Daddy if my scroll will work. Come on, scroll wheel. This mouse is on the way out. So it's loaded in. We can see the terminal messages. Press A to mine. Session opened, and it's been given a job. So what the job does is it is a nonce in an array of data, and every time you try and mine, so we're going to see it mine in a second, but it just sequentially increases the attempts by 1 each time, and that is how we do brute force SHA-256 mining, because every time you change 1 tiny piece of data in a set of data and then hash it, you will get a completely different SHA-256 hash every time. And then every time that you start a new mining session, you need a new job, which is this thing, so that is random and new and different as well. We also take the wallet of the user, the pickaxe ID, and a miner ID as well, so that's all the data that we're mining. So we'll click A. Now we're mining. So you get this nice visual. I have turned off the mining sounds. There's like a boopity boop noise. So we found a claim here, and you can see that it ends in 5 4s. So this is the easiest difficulty, and the suffix that we search for at the end of the SHA-256 hash is either 5 1s, 5 2s, 5 3s, 5 4s, 16 different combinations that you can search for. So it's quite quick, 8,000 hashes per second. This one took 32,000 hashes. It's not guaranteed though. It's deterministic, but it's random. You might not get one. So we'll click claim. It submits the claim to the back end. The wallet will pop. I don't know if you can see the wallet, but if you can or can't, it's totally fine. Anytime you want to load MetaMask, or not MetaMask, Ravi. Well, of course it's going to do it to me. It's okay. So I got 51 Minster for that, which is the token. I'm paying the claim fee. Transaction created. It submits it. Confirmed on chain. Claim successful. Press A to mine again. And we keep mining. And this is how we do mining. I'm hoping what will happen is that we will get lucky because there's a second and third element to mining, which is that I've created the first proof of work SHA-256 derived PFP collection. So these are called Mineboys, and if we don't get one popping, I'll jump over to Magic Eden and I'll show you what they are. But essentially what they do is they only occur for very specific hashes if you get a lucky nibble in the hash. And then they build an entire NFT out of the hash. So I think this is the first time it's been done anywhere on any chain ever. And obviously it's not going to show up, but it should be 1 in 10. And you sort of just keep clicking and claiming and mining through. Come on, give me that sweet lucky hash. It's not going to do it for me, is it? But it builds itself out of the SHA-256 hash as well. So each byte of the hash, so from the 2nd byte to the 13th byte, I've assigned an array of, or like think of it like a grid of the traits of the collection. So there's 256 slots I can use, and I define rarity by how many of those slots equal the same trait, and then it builds a Mineboy. It's not going to do it because it is random. So I'll jump over to Mineboys on Magic Eden. So these are the Mineboys that have been created. So for example, we can click on this guy, and he's a synth body. So that is one of the bytes. So that's got a rarity of, like 2 out of 256. It's got silver chain, which is like 17 out of 256. Face, you might have some different features on his face, like a mustache and whatnot. Mouth, eyes effect, none, etc. like that. The other thing that you can get out of it is these Minesters trading cards. So this is the first proof of work, ERC 1155, which determines which card you get based on the hash that you have mined as well. So what this solves is randomness and fairness in minting. There's been for many years in crypto this like front running and back channels and insider trading on where in the metadata of a collection certain rares are, and people buy them and sell them and do dodgy stuff with that. And we don't like that. So what we've done is we've made it so that it's purely deterministic based on the hash that you get. They're not pre-generated. They generate as soon as you find them. And then the extra fun thing is that they are completely, fully on-chain, encoded as base 64 as well. So they don't rely on IPFS. They don't rely on anything other than that. Oh, sweet. So we got a Minester booster pack. So I can rip this pack here. Rabbi being slow again will confirm. It'll load the animation. So we're going to rip this pack, which will give us some sweet Minester trading cards. Swoosh. I should have added some sound effects to that. So I got a common mine goat. If anybody's a fan of Pokemon, you can feel the vibes. Oh my god, this scroll wheel. The scroll wheel is killing me. I got a greater rustworm, which is an epic one. And I got a feral chain bomb, which is also an epic one as well. So that's for the most part. I'm really annoyed that a Mineboy is not going to pop up. Let me just give it like one or two more attempts on the old miner. And what I've found with my community, so currently we've mined like 1,800 Mineboys just in the last 2 or 3 days, and people found it very fun and addictive. There's a certain satisfaction in finding one of these and seeing how it pops up, and then deciding as well to claim it, because you don't have to claim it. You see the image, you see what it's built from, and you go, yeah, I want this one. Oh no, this one's trash, I'm not keeping this one. Throw it away. And the extra fun bit there as well is that it will likely never appear again, just because of the vast amount of traits and the different traits that can occur, and whether or not you get a lucky hash, and what the bytes are in that hash to determine the thing. So yeah, it's super fun there, and I can't believe it's going to screw me on this. But you can check out the page on Twitter, and I got 1 in 3 when I did my demo video for you guys, which is super annoying. Unless let me do this. I'll show you it on the demo video. Yes, go to my account. You can see the scroll wheel is absolutely screwing me over here. Let me open up this. Oh my god, you get my voice. Horrendous. Can we skip through? Can we find a Mineboy? Show me the Mineboys. There we go. So this is what you'll see on the page. You'll see this Mineboy. So this Mineboy was created entirely out of its hash. It's a proof of work representation of your Mineboy hash. Claim it as a collectible, fully on-chain art. Each Mineboy is built from your hash data. It didn't exist until you found it, and it probably won't exist again if you don't claim it. And there's uniqueness built in as well. So whenever you mint it fully on-chain, it stores the trait hash, which is this bit, it's uniqueness. So we hash the final image as well. And that means that no two Mineboys will be the same. And if you do happen to hit on a collision, it just won't show you this. It will just, tough titty, as they say. You won't get one. The final bit that I'll run through, we'll dismiss that because I don't need it. Hash to la vista, baby. To that hash is I'll open up the mine strategy flywheel. So this is the token that we have been mining the whole time, is Minester, M-N-E-S-T-R. And here's the current price of the Minester. We've got the flywheel ape balance. So every single claim that you do whilst mining goes into a pool. A portion of it goes into a pool. It racks up this balance. And this balance then goes and buys my main collection on Apechain, which is not a punk cult, these guys, and then lists them for sale at a 20% markup, which you can only buy from the website. And then when you buy them, it takes the whole profit from, it takes the whole amount of ape from that sale, buys the token automatically from Camelot, and then burns the token as well. So the token itself is deflationary. So the more you mine, the more NPCs it buys, which then buys the token, which burns the token. So the token price goes up. So it's it's based on the Punkster flywheel, but it's the kind of thing that I've been toying around for a while. Trying to think if there is anything else. This currently is a little bit broken just because Magic Eden's APIs have all gone to pot since Reservoir broke. So apologies on that. That's the only bit I can't show you fully working. And yeah, little extra features. So inside the wallet, it shows your wallet address. If you're connected with Glyph, sometimes you can't find that wallet address. Shows my balance, shows my Minester balance as well. I've got this integrated with Third Web, but I've disabled it at the moment. This is to purchase crypto directly. Hopefully once ApePay comes out, I'll just swap that in there. And we can also bridge directly with Relay. So I've implemented a full Relay bridge here so we can swap straight from any other chain to Apechain. And you can also send ape to another user. So if I type in Papa Mac, it should find Papa Mac, which I have logged in the back end as my username for a different account, and I will be able to send myself some ape. So if you had a friend who was playing, they didn't have any ape for claims, you send them a little gas money and they can get back on the claim. And then the final little feature is this paid message feature, which puts a message up in the banner. So for one ape, you can put a 1 hour message for 64 characters. And this is just for community banter, essentially. If you want to say that Galicious smells or Alex got a big head, you can do whatever you want. You can shit talk on there. And again, this all goes into the flywheel so that we're buying those NPCs, we're burning the Minester token more. It's also got a feature for projects as well. So if you've got a cool new project coming out, you want to promote it, you know that people are here on Mineboy mining, you can shill. So you get a bigger allotment of time and a bigger amount of characters. So if I want to tell people that, the Junkies mint is now revealed, go check it out at Magic Eden, I can put that in here and people will see it. Or if there's any important information, so-and-so's Discord's being hacked, boom, stick it in here and it goes out to the community. And finally, I'll just show you the leaderboard. So the leaderboard updates every 10 minutes through the back end. Everything is based on the amount of token you've mined in this current season. Oh my God, how much have they mined? Oh, it's okay. It's only 250,000. That's a lot of clicks. And yeah, so these individual scores, that's how much Minester they've mined. You can choose a team. So team mining, what I intend to do with this is like a mini spotlight. So the team that wins from the claim fees will go and sweep that, or we'll go and buy that and make that the prize for the next season. And this is where you can enter a name as well. So I could put in Mac Demo and I could sign it like this. And it uses, I think, the EIP 712, something like that, a signature that's gasless and whatnot. It just says, I own this wallet. I've signed this thing. Give me this name. And that's set permanently then. And that's the thing that I was saying before. You can search for a user by that name, send them a little bit of ape if you want to. And the same, join a team.
Oops.
Yeah, join a team.
Yeah, no, that's great.
And we'll sign that. And then the team leaderboard is, oh my God, this scroll is killing me. This damn mouse. Yeah, so the team that's winning at the moment is G's. So what I'll probably do at the end of this season, or this season's main prize, will be a G's or something like that. And that's pretty much it.
Awesome. That's great.
Oh, and I also set up a ton of bots as well. So this is quite fun using the X API. So it posts to X every time a Mineboy is found and claimed. So like this. This was mine 2 hours ago, so we found that one. And it also posts into the Discord, and it posts a summary of the flywheel for the day. It shows how much Minester has been burned, what Mineboys have been mined, etc.
Next time we do a Twitch live, and we see everyone commenting until we get a Mineboy. We do that for 1 hour. That could be a good stream.
Yeah, you could easily just have this at the side of a Twitch stream and just keep mining and stuff, and then
you will find a
help people.
Then people go crazy.
I got more booster cards.
What do you think, Alok? Feedbacks, questions here?
Oh man, I'm speechless. Everything, honestly. Like it started with the retro handheld console vibes, and then like the whole ideation of how do you actually get a Mineboy. You use your own hash, the proof of work. It's amazing. Like the whole everything, how it actually comes together. This part is like completely mind blowing. I'm still like processing all of this, and to think about it, you actually like vibe coded. I think like at least most of it.
I vibe coded every single part of it.
Oh wow,
the whole thing.
Okay, and then to actually put this together in like what, like five-ish weeks. Oh my god, so I'm still like processing.
I started coding it on the Friday before my son was born. So I also had a son in this time. And he is 41 days old today. So I think 44, 45 days from start to finish where we're at now. The other fun thing is that...
Congratulations, man.
Oh, thank you so much. That was why I was late today as well. We just went and registered his name and stuff. And then the other bit I was going to say is these are modular as well. So these pop-ups that occur, we can do whatever we want. So I've got 2 collabs lined up. There's going to be another type of PFP that you can find in there, maybe too much alpha, but it's not going to be just Mineboys in there. And then I can collab with other projects. So if anybody's seen the Foxy fam, that would be a good idea. So they've got the sneakers, they've got wearables for other side. If any collections wanted to have their thing found in mining, you could reach out. We could put a module together and they would just start appearing while people mine as well.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. That actually like the collab between different communities. That part is always like super hype. I'm just whoa. This was like, I think, really well thought out. I would say that like the whole process of how you actually like use your hashes, because I'm just thinking like different ways of, for example, using create2 if you want to have like a certain contract deployment. Again, like because those mining, how do you say, like renting a GPU, those costs add up, and here you actually have a game around like calculating the hash. So I love the concept though.
I think probably the one feature I'd go back and I'd change is I would try and make it automated. And what I would do is for the mine claim, I would use an ERC20 token for the fee. I would abstract the gas and I would use it like an energy token. So you just click mine and you leave and you go away. And it'll just burn through that balance and it'll just claim for you until you run out of ERC20 token. The other way you could do it is I could use the back end to assign like an in-game currency and do the same thing. So like you would buy energy for ape, you buy 1 ape's worth of energy is 100 claims. And then it can be a little bit more automated. But the sort of benefit to this way of doing it is that people's attention is captured here. It's not passive, it's active. And that's what I really like about it, is that the leaderboard, the person at the top of that leaderboard didn't get there by, it's not because they've got the most NFTs, it's not because they've staked the most amount of ape. There's no rich boy wins situation here. It's all proof of work. It's literally proof of work. Like you have to be here, you have to click the button, you have to click the claim. Even the claim as well will time out in 2 minutes. So if you're AFK, you will get an AFK penalty and it'll read out in the thing. I demonstrate, but I don't want to waste too much more time. And yeah, it's the best thing I can think of to make right now till I make the next thing.
Yeah, but this is, I feel that everything, like the visual elements, like small stuff, right? Like the fans rotating in the corner while it's mining, the numbers, like that retro, how do you say, like the hacking
Yeah.
sort of vibe when you're trying to like decode a number. Oh man, like the visuals, all of it, it comes together because I feel that there's so much going on in the back end, but you actually like decided, okay, I wanted to look in a certain way, and then that visual feedback of what's actually going on, all of it comes together so well. I love that, absolutely.
I keep getting
Amazing.
booster packs.
Congratulations.
Still trying to get the mind boys.
Let's do that stream. We put on Twitch.
We need to do
We're
a
going to
stream
get
now.
2 million people watching. I'm going to see.
I think it might work.
Wonderful.
But yeah, thanks so much, guys, and especially thanks, Alec. So one of the things, I think my tip, if I'm allowed to give a tip for anyone, is do not trust Cursor with your security. Cursor is a absolute idiot at times. So I had a small security breach. Alec picked it up for me, rectified everything, redeployed almost everything to make it work again securely and safely, and gave Cursor a specific set of rules to follow. So any time that it commits now to GitHub, it checks my rules and it goes, am I submitting any private keys? And it checks through all the file base and it goes, no, there's no private key. And then I've also told it specifically not to upload any files, because the really fun thing that it did is when I had to redo everything for security, is it then made a document telling me everything that it had done and putting all the new security keys in that document, and then tried to put that on GitHub for me. So yeah, don't trust Cursor. Cursor will try and absolutely ruin you, and be like very careful in what you are committing to GitHub as well. But yeah,
the GitHub part is very important. Thank you very much, Uncle Mac, for demonstrating an amazing project.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
And congratulations again.
Cheers. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Well, the next in sequence... whoops. Let me do the drum roll first.
I almost forgot the drum roll.
Jay! Thank you for coming, my friend.
Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're well. Thank you very much. Sorry, it's early morning here. It's like 3 a.m.
Oh my.
Wow. Dedication.
Started at 6 a.m. for me as well. This is here, Jay.
Well.
What, are you waking up early or staying up tonight? You don't look so tired.
Stayed up till 1, tried getting in for last hour, and then and now I'm here.
Let's go through it then. Thank you very much for coming.
No, it's been good, and watching Uncle Mac. Uncle Mac always brings the quality. Like, that guy's hands down, it's brilliant. And with George's presentation as well, Crypto Rabbits, you've got some serious projects on here, which is brilliant to see. And it's just the quality that comes from ApeCoin. That's what happens with the true builders, I feel. That's why we're all here. So thank you. Basically, I'm Jazzy Lewis, or Jay. I'm founder and creator of PrimeMates Ball Club. PrimeMates Ball Club is a skate, surf, and snowboard sports community, merch brand, NFT community, gaming. We basically have progressed from just NFTs to then continuously providing utility and building out what we feel our community and what the ecosystem needs as well. So I've ended up developing a system where we actually go into phygital and bring in digital to physical products, even to the point, and I'm going to go off the ball, but even to the point of our tech decks. So we have our very own tech decks, and these tech decks take you directly into our game. Our game, through this touch of your phone, will take you into a Web3 3D game without you needing to make a wallet. The usage of Third Web allows us to make a wallet with just an email, which allows anyone to be able to get in, playing with our game, with our tech decks, our physical, or our baseball caps, or our large skateboards, or our clothing. All of these items are allowed to bring them into our ecosystem. All of these items, I feel as well, is something that we can track, something that we can assist. Why can't we support the people that wear our clothing and provide them with marketing brandage and things like that. And actually, like Uncle Mac with the mining by wearing, that's exactly what we've created and making. And I've formulated myself. I very much enjoy vibe coding and also hard coding myself. I hard code and then I utilize vibe coding to benefit. And yeah, so let's go. So basically, PrimeMates Ball Club, we've formulated that we want to tie in physical merchandise, physical products to digital world. So we have created our gaming arcade, which allows us to have multiple games within one location with one ecosystem and allowing them all to connect. Then they connect to our merchandise, our physicals, and our ecosystem. Let me switch over to the camera or share my screen. This one here. Should be able to. Sorry guys, I'm just that one there. Perfect. So hopefully you should be able to see my screen.
Yeah, there you go.
Beautiful. So here we have my revamped PrimeMates website. This is our main website, which is our main hub, including our explanation of everything we've done. These are our current collections. We have our Prime Halloween, Prime Christmas, all sold out. We have our Prime to the Bone and PrimeMates Ball Club Genesis collection. This Genesis collection has a large amount of utilities, and the Prime to the Bone also comes with merchandise with every mint. You mint a Prime to the Bone, you get free merchandise. So what we've got here is our presentation of our games. This is a metaverse that I'm building in Unity, Unity metaverse game where our apes that we own are also our 3D assets, and you'll be running around in a large open world playform like GTA, but with a twist of Tony Hawk, Shaun White sort of snowboarding game mixed with GTA. So that's what I'm creating here. I'm building this myself as well, whilst I build everything else. And so new people can join our waitlist to get onto the first entry of this. This is our Prime border. This is our like Subway Surfer style endless runner. This game is live currently in our arcade. We have a live island in Spatial, which is also themed around our lore, because we crashed on our primates with the NFTs. We crashed on an island, and we have a skate park within there and a party island, things like that. We have a 2D scrolling game and a pixel skater game, platform game as well. These are the 4 games that we've got first access of. We have an economies token already set up and laid out for our members and our holders. And then we have our merchandise that we are setting up at the moment. And unfortunately, tonight I have a technical issue where it's just not showing on the website because it's pulling from the blockchain, pulling from an area. So if I go through our collections, we have our collections here. If we go into the PrimeMates Ball Club collection, you can mint on the site and you can see all utilities, all live minted NFTs and total supply. One of our utilities for this main collection is a $50,000 reward pool. So anyone holding over 3 NFTs get a share of 10%. Anyone over 6 gets a share of 20, 30 and 40. So anyone holding 16 plus NFTs gets a share of 40% of $50,000. We also have merchandise built into this as well, and also a physical skateboard. So once we hit sold out on our mint, every single holder that holds more than 3 primates will receive a in real life skateboard. We also have our Prime to the Bone, which is our skeleton bone version, because our holders are diehards. So we built a collection for that. This collection also allows you to claim clothing as as utility for minting. Now, what I did is, because I wanted to interact a little bit more with our collections, I actually made a gallery. Now, this gallery allows us to then utilize some overlays and some costume changes, I suppose. So seeing it's Halloween, let's dress our ape in a few different Halloween outfits. So this is something fun for our community. They can also share this on social media, so it creates a post for them, and it creates a bit of a morning gesture, like a coffee gesture, or a promotion to people who come to our website or to our collections. So a nice gesture studio there for our holders to use. We've also created a banner and phone wallpaper maker. So depending on what your artwork and how you want to make a few things, or you've even got a PFP changer. So you can also make a Twitter PFP. With all of this animation all pulls from the blockchain. We also have created a removal of the background. So we've actually coded into the blockchain and onto LiveNet that this can actually be created as its own image whilst you've changed your brush around, and you can actually just remove your background. There is an auto function that is usually working, but of course when I need to demonstrate it now it's not. But as you can see there, the background has been removed from the NFT of selection, which allows that you can potentially make, a continuous collection of all your different NFTs. If you had 10, 20 different NFTs, you'd be able to line them up here, and then change your backgrounds and have a bit of fun and be able to use this as a part to support the project on social media. We also have tied in the dashboard, so then when you go into the Prime Arcade, all the points from that dashboard will come into your dashboard here, which allows you then to be able to go into our merch. Our merch, I was having issues, but unfortunately today I'm having a WooCommerce pulling through because I coded in a new pattern for to mine or mint a NFT from the Web 2 style sale. So still trying to keep in with the Web 2 style, but bringing it into Web 3 with effortless. This is one reason why I've just got this fetching issue today. But here's our Prime Arcade explainer. Again, very much like on the front page. Now what I'll do is I will just jump into our Prime Arcade. Now Prime Arcade is where I've collated all of our games together, which gives us a little bit more of a I do apologize. Should be okay. One second, it's just logging in. Do apologize, guys. Please bear with me.
No worries, live demos are like that.
Demo goes.
Sorry, why is it not giving me my login? There we go. Let's log in with this one, then we'll just come back to you here. Sorry. Share screen done. Do apologize for delay.
Yeah, don't.
Where did it go? Oh, come on.
We're approaching almost 1,000 people watching it live.
Thank you. So here I created a tap game, tap in TikTok, not TikTok, a Telegram tap game to literally to help people claim their token, their Shaka token once this goes live. And this is also a engagement app which we made Telegram app tasks and social media tasks, so everyone can follow links and raid and be rewarded for their supporting in the community. We have boosts and all the good stuff there, and we also have all of our community. This is a page which shows all of our community members and our mates, and then we have our arcade, and in here is where we then go into the games themselves. And so we'd log in here, These games are connected onto Third Web as well, and they will track that you are a holder. If you're a holder, you get extra characters, and this is at my level of being able to code. And oh my gosh, it's just not playing ball on the computer today. Should really switch over to no, it's just not going to work. Do apologize, guys. Let me see if this one will show some sort of what we got. Yes, okay, so this is just loading up. So trying to bring, these are all within these games, we have opportunities to be able to bring more collections to the ethos and to the economy system. Into Apechain, we can enjoy some simple games that are bringing in a little bit of nostalgia. And the reason why I've gone from pixelated to 2D to then 3D is because that's like the lifestyle cycle of our lives. You know, we grow up with gaming as we were younger, so that's one reason why. And I would like to just show also a presentation on something I've been working on here, which is actually our Prime Phygital, which is also very much part of the whole eco and what I'm doing here, because this is the physical creation to digital. So once it loads, you'll be able to see this is actually a full platform that a merch designer or product designer can utilize to then bring on-chain engagement and tracking of product with an NFC tracking and NFT mining with it built in, and token creation. If we were to go to here, we would see how this would operate as a controller. Your collections being stipulated here, and so if you go into the details, you'd see your product design, the serial number, the features, the reviews, the authority of who owns this product, the verification of it, the NFC settings, where that the product takes you, and then you can also start where to earn. This is something that tracks when you are wearing the item. It will move, it will track your geo tracking and also any activity earned. So if you're doing it like going for a run or going on a skateboard, you can activate your clothing, which will then start to mine for you and earn using IoTex technology as well. And so we have a built-in where to earn system, a scan for authority, and then a rewards program and staking. So all of this here will be coming into the PrimeMates ecosystem, and all be folding in. There's lots more to be that I'll be bringing, and a lot more that I'm going to be releasing. I'm not too sure. Amazing. That's PrimeMates Ball Club. I think we've lost the hosts.
Sorry about that. Yeah, here.
No dramas. Thank you, guys. Sorry, it's not the best of pitch. Open questions and stuff. Happy to help. I've built everything you see there. I've coded myself for Vibe coded as well. Artwork is being worked with community members, one community artist, and things like that. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, loved it. I feel that like it has so many different features, and it feels has like multiple feature set and everything from. And I feel that like the Telegram mini games are also sort of alpha. If you go back like last summer or even the year before that, when that what was that hamster thingy? That it has some of those some of that vibe as well. And actually that went viral. That was like one of the like. It came out of nowhere and it just like blew up. So I feel that also Telegram, going back to the conversation around where the users are, and like all of Web3 actually lives on Telegram. So
Mhm.
to take your product on Telegram, I think like that's amazing.
Appreciate. What I felt as well is that one, you can be on Telegram, but also try and operate outside of Telegram as well. So I created a system where if you're earning on Telegram, it still computes and still represents if you're on Web3 and Web2. So if you're just a normal URL, you're also interacting with your same account on Telegram. So it's still 1-for-1. So if you say the entry level would be, if you're a child that you're playing with this, and now you're coming through our system, you come into Telegram, or you may just go Web2 because you're not age-wise, so you can interact, play our games, they're all safe, and your own tokens. But when you are ready to move into Web3, you can migrate into Web3, brings it all you over, and then that means whether you're in Web3 or Web2, you can still purchase our merchandise, utilize all of our features, because you still get to use it Web2 or Web3. I feel there's a big future with tokenization of ownership of merchandise, of physical things like that. One area with that large skateboards is we actually have a chip in the skateboard to prove ownership, to prove for movement of activity, things like that. We have a number of athletes that skate with us, and we are having their boards chipped, because if they go to pro competitions and if they win a big competition, they want to then, give that board to charity, and it raises money for charity. Well, then you can prove with the NFC or with the NFT, the proof of authority or authenticity, that it's real and it's actually come from that. We can also have that as like a community and a community involvement within product. So if you have an athlete that you love to support, well, we have merchandise that is be tied to it, and it's one of one, or it's tied to their brandage or tied to their game. So with our games, all the skateboards in the games, if you hold them as an NFT, you hold them in the game. You can also hold them real life skateboard. If you have the baseball cap, you can have that baseball cap real life, as well as the game, as well as NFT, continuous. So it's really wearing your brand as well as playing your brand. Yeah.
Loved it. I feel that digital space is also one of those like alphas where you can actually like prove ownership of of an item. And I feel that, like, for example, Apechain actually works with a bunch of like partners who are like very well known in the digital space. Yeah, like Box is one of those, right? Like I've just at ApeFest, they actually have Box with NFC chips inside them. So you actually have the physical POG and you have the collectible as well. So, and back then, this summer we had an event with the Staples store, and each of the Jeff Staples shirt actually had an NFC chip. So to provide, so I feel that like that's also one of those areas that I feel that has a great potential. That prove like things like fan loyalty, following, all of those, and you can build communities around digital goods as well.
Yeah, it's a huge area, and that's where it's a big undertaking. I'm working in it, and I'm coding and finding things that, we need to do this and need to do that, and then I'm finding new ways that we can integrate and have fun with. And it's still, I feel that it's an area that that will always allow the company or the brand to always have a tie with its customer. You could go and buy a Nike t-shirt. You don't have the receipt. You don't have any communication with it. It's a real, like, I remember where it was or lost it. But if that was a particular shirt that you got in Miami or anything like that, and then there's a significance to it, and there's always a tie. But then also, if there was doing an event 3 years later, and because if you hold that t-shirt because you were their first buyer, you got access. How do you prove it? The t-shirt. The only way to get into my place is via physical merch. We will be doing events where the ticket is your clothing. Like, there's no actual ticket. Your clothing, if you bought that hat, you're in. If you got that hoodie, you're in. Like, that's avenues where it could be. Yeah.
Absolutely. Even like going back to like more recent activations, right? It was at the ApeFest. we had a bunch of merch, and then the day after is ComplexCon, which is essentially like brands, like large brands, small brands. Everyone is actually like, they have booths at this huge venue in Vegas, and it's all about brand loyalty and early access to customers drops. Like they will not exist outside of that event.
Exactly.
So there was like huge community, huge followers, and all of them were in it for the actual event. So I feel that this is one direction that more and more creators should actually start looking into.
Yeah, exactly. And think about it as well. If once your phone makes one connection with an NFC or a QR code, we can keep that track to that phone for, say, 30 days. You don't need an email address. You could literally have access via just a tap for the next 30 days. And then also that means a push notification from your brand. You can push down discounts, you can push down communications and messages, and hey, we've got updates in this system, or hey, that t-shirt, that item you've got also allows you access to here, and we've only just released it, without needing to push a spam email. It's a direct message to the phone. Like there's a whole avenue here. This direct connection to your customer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Loved it. So anything like around the tech, what did you actually find? Like, what was the hard parts? Which were the easy bits? Like, did you think like AI performs as well as you thought it would?
AI, yeah, so AI is good, but always hands down use it as a tool, not the be all and end all. I generally like to take a section of code, work on it myself, put it back in, and then try and scale that code. So then it's also still handwritten security like logic, and then push through. The areas that you guys have been talking about today are very good points to be talking on, because it is true. AIs don't think on true security of that aspect, which is good, or what you need to be on top of. But yes, more future planning of scaling. Like you can start small, but then you've really got to think about what systems will allow me to grow bigger, what systems that are simple code options and pre-packs that will allow you to expand. I like my smart contracts. I like my 1155s purely because you can continually build on it and you can build batches, but there's a lot of new contracts within the Apechain that allow you to amplify and actually put like a vault wallet. So then you can have a vault, and any NFT your clients hold or customers hold, they can transfer it to that vault, and then they can residually receive additional NFTs or tokens or continuous accesses. There's a lot of creativity there, but that's the other side. You've got to understand what's the potential to then also know what's there. So yeah, don't get run away too much with the AI, because AI will take you down a rabbit hole, and hopefully you find a crypto rabbit hole instead. So yeah.
All right, Jay, that was incredible. Thank you for your time.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, guys.
Congratulations, Jay. You did a great job there.
Cheers. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, next in line, we have we have you're muted, brother.
Yeah, GM, how is it going, guys?
How's it going?
Yeah.
Thank you for coming today.
Yeah, great pleasure to be here. Thanks for the opportunity. So let me share about something about the project. Is like when I'm thinking how can build something that is valuable for many people that are building here. I think around, okay, how can we put more knowledge in the developers or builders around infrastructure, around security, around Docker, this part that is boring for many developers. So this is what I am doing with Apechain.cloud. So let me share a bit video that explain better than me. Just a moment.
If you want, you can share your screen and bring it on the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
GM, Apechain builders, how is it going? I'm Alberto from Mutans here. Just arrived from ApeFest, Las Vegas. Amazing weekend. But today we are here to talk around Apechain. So let me share some things that we are doing in this field. Let's go. It's time to build on Apechain, on cloud, on top. So let's talk around the problem when you are a developer, when you are building an MVP from MVP to global scale.
Just a quick question. Is your audio coming from your mic or from your computer?
Yeah, the sound is from my computer. This in the video.
Maybe you need to share your screen with the audio permissions then.
Okay.
You're hearing it through your microphone, and then you're also
Okay.
breathing in the meantime.
Let me share again. Yeah, got it. GM, Apechain builders, how is it going? Alberto from Mutants here. Just arrived from ApeFest, Las Vegas. Amazing weekend. But today we are here to talk around what we are building in Apechain. So let me share some things that we are doing in this field. Let's go. It's time to build on Apechain, on cloud, on top. So let's talk around the problem when you are a developer, when you are building an MVP from MVP to global scale. So if you're a builder, you deploy your application in a Vercel service and this on grids until you hit some limitation. You don't have custom stacks, you can't create deep tuning, and you don't have true freedom. All the issues that you may have are dependent of the platform that you are using, that you are deploying on your application. So you can't do fine-tuning security, and you're not ready to scale if you need to take your application to the next level with professional Kubernetes scaling, that is an infrastructure orchestration of containers. So if you are serious about performance and control, you need to build your way. You need Docker container, and you need works around security. Let me show you how this works. Security is key in Web3, and integrity matters. Maybe you remember this news, 1.5 lost to the Bybit hack. NPM supply chain was hit by a crypto-focused attack. You know, you need to work in security by design if you are working in Web3. And Web3 builders needs total control and security. This means that the server to user must be exactly what's meant to be. One smart contract or one code, vulnerabilities, libraries can change everything. Okay, the solution is like you need to containerize and secure everything. You need to build your app in a container security by design from day one. You need audit your code to identify urgent fixes and key improvement areas to work on. You need to deploy your security on a validated infrastructure that has a strong hardening process. And you need to take control of horizontal scaling as the traffic of your application grows. This means around some technical details. Let me share some of that, like use reliable and official base image specific exact versions that you will use, never use latest, remove anything unnecessary, avoid exposing more than need to reduce attack vectors, don't publish secrets, minimize and properly order your layers, verify permission, file ownership, and the users you are running your application, use multi-stage builds and leverage tools to detect no vulnerabilities and CVAs. So you don't just need to audit the smart contract. You need to audit the entire code of your application, and you need to use automated tools that do this work for you. These tools given you valuable insights into what you should change first and what risks you are taking with your current state of your application. Okay, what now? Let's build something real. If you go to Apechain.cloud in your web browser, you can see this landing page and you can fill your email here. And we will contact you for no more details around your MVP, your application. But the goal here is leveraging our resources and expertise to containerize your application securely from day one and deploy it to a Kubernetes cluster, or maybe in your own infrastructure, if you are using AWS, GCP, or whatever you are using. So you can get a free domain like myapp.apechain.cloud. Let's see an example later. You can get support to build your container. Let me share some details around that, but it's a bit technical part. Now, this is a Docker file, and we are building a Go application. With this version, we are using builder states for the sources, the code, the source code. So here we are using a distroless for runtime with user configuration and other technical configuration. So this is something that we can do with your application, and it's depend of the technology, the languages that you are using, like Node.js or whatever. So this is the kind of things that we are work with you with security focus. Also, you can, when you have your container and you are developing your code, you can audit your project using our API platform that calls AvenLog. So AvenLog, it's a platform that is built for enterprise that we are doing for companies before. So this is the Web3 branch of our tool. So this is related to work around code repositories. You can see some example here, launch our agent. And how this works basically is we have a cluster with different nodes, and every time I'm running some containers, each container has a tool that you can know more details around what areas we are working on. So the goal here is to run these tools like SonarQube, GitLeaks, or many other tools working around infrastructure and code vulnerabilities. So all this information gives you valuable insights that you can use for improve your application. So apply these improvements to improve the security and the quality of your code, and then deploy this MVP in our infrastructure, because we have some free CPU and memory credits, or maybe if you are ready, you can use your own infrastructure. Okay, let's see how it works. Imagine that you are a beer brand and you want to develop some game for your users or whatever. So you can use snake.apechain.cloud like a subdomain. So in our case, we are using a classic snake game. You can connect your wallet, you can start the game, and you know that the speed increase when you are playing the game, when you are drinking some Mutans beer here. So when you are playing, when you have game over, you want to grab your score in Apechain, and this is launch a transaction. You know how it works. So the goal that we have here is like we have the code here, our Docker file, our Nginx files. This is a JavaScript game, so you can see some development stage here in our Git repository. So, and here you can see how we deploy this container in an environment test. That is the previous phase to go to a Kubernetes cluster. So this is a simple example that how works all entire process and the kind of things that we are working with you. Hope you like it, and see you soon later. If you have some questions, let me know, and see you on Apechain. Apechain on top! Yeah, this is the end of the presentation.
Very well done.
No, yeah.
Having your video is so helpful, because sometimes the bugs can happen in the middle of presentation. Now we have it all recorded in a single flow. It's great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mateus, do you want to start?
Well, first of all, congratulations. Like I said, this is a good combination of like the infra part, the whole engineering part that sometimes vibe coders don't even know that exists, right? The actual go-to-market and deployment. It's interesting. Do you have like a DevOps background? So why did you pick this at this direction to go with your project? And what did you find of the combination of vibe coding with it?
Yeah, I am a Linux architect, and also I'm working with DevOps technologies, and in the last year with the security part, working building platforms for companies that are working in security. So yeah, this is my technical background.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So this is why you wanted to do this combination, right?
Yeah.
Look, what do you think?
Yeah, we had a chat about mutants. With mutants, we met a couple of days ago during a fest as well. So actually, like I love the concept in the sense that like you actually containerize your app so that like remember like in the first days as well we spoke about like how you actually want to containerize your program because like external actors and like as a beginner especially you don't actually consider those angles of like attack vectors, so just like put your dApp in a container. And also actually like you can now run all of those extra tools in the container itself, especially like if you need, I mean, like right now, if you think about like what the process is like, your front end is, I don't know, like reply it front for sell something, then you put your back end on database somewhere in Superbase, and essentially like now you actually like containerize everything in one place and good to go. So this is a perfect place for you to launch things like templates and like essentially scaffolding projects. And especially I'm thinking like some other infra partners of Apechain who could actually now focus on just launching their mini like essentially which would be a starter template within the container, and that would be your entry point to actually get starting with the using the tech. So for that, from that angle I'm thinking, and that sounds like super cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Amazing. But which parts of it you vibe coded most, and what part was more like hard coded, rage coded normally? What was your line where you draw where you start using AI to write code for you, or what parts did you actually code by yourself with
Oh,
your hands?
for byte coding here, basically for build front end pages. So also for the game, also for Aipachain.cloud, also for all things that we need to put in the visual state. So and also in the with the platform that works around security, it's like using, because this kind of containerized tools generate a lot of information around how is your platform, a lot of JSONs, a big amount of data. So we're using AI for give more valuable information around all of this data with this particular APIs like OpenAI, Crock, or something like that. And we are using this for putting all this information together and give reduce insights, reduce inform to builders, to teams that that are actionable and valuable things that they need to do for improve their code. So this is what we are building.
Very good.
Amazing.
Let's see
I'm
this
just like,
one.
yeah, I was saying that like, have you looked into X402 yet? Because I feel that that's the new token. I mean, again, like I'm nerding out a bit, but that's the new. It's catching the attention right now because you can create like payments straight to the API without like any keys or something.
Could you repeat? I'm not sure if I understand.
So there's the new standard for, I mean, it's like relatively new, but it's called X402.
Okay.
So if you like imagine like traditional APIs have API keys, you actually pay for like, I don't know, like to like 1 month or something. And now this actually has reduced to be like micro payments for each request, like each API request. So you don't actually need API keys anymore. So when you actually like request a data in the header, you could actually combine it with like a tiny payment to actually get access to that. So I'm just like curious if you played around with that.
Not in this moment. Maybe need to take a look on that because this one sounds interesting, but yeah, not for the moment.
All right. Okay, no
Thank
worries.
you.
Just like was curious.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming today.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Let's close out towards the end.
We have Yeah, we have our next guest. Their internet is a little tricky, but let's try it. Maybe the drum roll is going to help us. We have Apechain. Hello. Can you hear us today? I know your internet's not that good.
And you're muted.
Yeah. But anyways, Pedro has the presentation here to go through if needed, so we can play it out if you can come in. But if you do come live, let me know. Pedro, remember to share the audio as well, so that we can go to the presentation. Okay. Yeah, the audio. Yeah, the audio is not coming through. Just remember to share the screen with the audio. Hello. Can you hear us?
GM, can you hear me?
GM, yeah. How's the internet holding on there?
Yeah, it's pretty hard. I have to reconnect my Wi-Fi maybe every minute or so. So yeah, if I get logged out, it's because of my internet.
Oh, thank you for coming. So, want to tell a little more about the project, and then we play a demo while you have your Wi-Fi?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. The project, 8-bit project, is a project bringing some generative music on Apechain, and the idea of the Ape collection is having the ability to snapshot anytime from the Apechain data. So yeah, it's gonna generate music based on the Apechain data and create snapshot from 5 to 60 seconds. And as I was creating
lost. Yeah, couple meters, as he said.
Yeah,
that project, I had to I made a shot tool. I made a batch transfer tool that I made available on the website too.
Okay, no, that's great. We do have a bit of delay, so maybe you're hearing us a little delayed, but this sounds like a great project. Okay, may we use the video demo that Pedro is sharing, and then we play through books. Maybe confirmation. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's go with it, Pedro. Let's play the video. See if we can hear it.
GM, I'm Skypo, and I'm currently building 8-bits on Apechain. 8-bits is a project about generative music, and for now there are two NFT collection planned for this project. The first one, the Genesis collection, will be limited supply of 420 NFTs generated from different layers of 10-second loops I created using Ableton Live. The video is generated from the waveform of the generated music with different colors for the waveform and the background. And the second collection will be a collection allowing people to snapshot from 5 to 60 seconds of music based on Apechain data. So it will be an unlimited supply. And yeah, the goal is to allow anyone to capture some special moments on Apechain. And when I was building the Genesis collection a few months ago, I needed to create a snapshot script to make the whitelist and so on. So I thought, why just build a project and not a full ecosystem to give people the access of those tools I needed myself? So yeah, the goal will be to empower the builders and the users to let them use those tools as they want. So the first one is the token snapshot tool. And you just have to input your Alchemy API key, select the blockchain you want to snapshot on, enter the contract address, You can select the token standard, but you don't need, because it detects automatically if you don't specify it, and start the snapshot. Then you just have to export the data. There are different kind of files you can export. And the second tool that's currently live on Curtis testnet is a batch transfer tool. So yeah, the goal is to make it work with the same files format exported from the snapshot tools. And this tool is to send ApeCoin or any native currency or any custom ERC20 to a lot of different users with one single transaction. This makes you save some fees, and you can for now send equal amount to all the recipients, or you can send some custom amounts. And in the future, I'm planning to add some randomization so people can run giveaways telling they want to distribute X amount of ape and just input the list of the users, and it will send a random amount to all the user eligible. So yeah, feel free to explore the ecosystem at abit.versal.app. I'm here for the long run, and I can promise you there are gonna be things interesting to come. So bear with me.
Love the shark outfit though.
Yeah. Congratulations, Skypo.
Yeah, there because this should be good. So
yeah, see if I can unmute him. Skypo, if you're there, just react there. If not, we're going to assume that your Wi-Fi died again. But your project lives long. Yeah, good job.
Yeah, okay. I mean, Skype is having some connection issues, so we're gonna catch up with him offline.
No worries. That's great. And we do have 2 other projects for demoing. Unfortunately, they had to leave earlier, but we do have the video links. Just confirming the order here. The next one should be Ape Observer. Let me see. Just confirming. Okay. So So let me do the proper announcement while Pedro gets ready to. Oh, we have Skype back again. Let me just wait. Hello, Skype. Are you back with us?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
Okay, we were just congratulating you for your great demo. Getting ready
to move again.
Yeah. Thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations for your project. Okay. Does it? Thank you. So let me go forward with the proper announcement of the next project from Andreas. And drum roll. This is the Ape Observer. Let's play it.
Everybody. GM everybody. Thanks for the opportunity to present my project Ape Observer WTF. A tool to analyze wallet transactions and calculate trading profit loss on Apechain. And here we go. We're starting the app, and you can log on using Glyph or connecting your wallet, or easily just type in your wallet address in the URL as an REST API. And the app is starting and analyzing all your trades and the total number of transactions, the total portfolio value, which is also including not only Apechain, but I also added recently Ethereum, Ape, BNB, Sol, and also staking. So this is a tool where you get the most complete overview about your assets. And then you can dive in deeper into the tokens you're holding. Here, for example, token portfolio on Ethereum mainnet, on Apechain, of course. And these are real-time prices. They are fetched using also an API, BNB chain, and adding all up on a total. Then the NFTs, all my Ethereum and also Apechain NFTs. So Mike, GVC, Heavy Metal Machines, G-Zone Ape, Alpass, whatever you can imagine. And as well, the transactions. And this is where the fun begins. Here you can also dive into certain trades and see where you made loss, where you made profit, and also reanalyze everything you did in the past if you want to. And a nice feature is that you just don't need to just watch your account. You can also follow other accounts and learn about their strategies of trading and assets they are holding. And sometimes it takes a little, depending on the number of transactions a wallet has. But this is necessary to get the most accurate view about your assets, because I want to work with real-time floor prices from Magic Eden and OpenSea. And this is how it's done. So thank you for your attention, and hope this video finds you well. And if you have any recommendations and questions and suggestions, just reach out. My Twitter handle is Aggidos. Thank you very much.
Amazing demo.
Yeah, amazing. I'm just thinking that, like, do I want to look at my own wallet portfolio?
Oh.
No, but it's actually, I feel that people do follow certain collectors, for example. So if they're collecting any NFTs, buying any tokens, I think like that's like fairly, I mean, like that's the sort of data that actually is, I mean, that could actually prove concept in the sense that, like, do you want to track a certain wallet? Do I want to see the P&Ls? Are they making the right trades? So there's definitely, I feel that, like, an interest here. Also, like getting notifications, right? Like if someone sweeps a certain collection, buys a certain NFT, buys a certain token. So I feel that, like, the tracking aspect of it is like really, really cool.
Yeah, it's a great concept. It was a great execution as well.
Yeah, and I love the domain as well.
It even had some comments. So unfortunately, the presenter couldn't come live, but if you want to reach out or comment here in the video, we're going to definitely make these connections happen. And last but not least, we have our final demo for today. It's going to be a video as well, but it's going to convey all of the message. We have here the video from Saffron Trading from Shen Liu. Let's play it out.
Trading is broken for 99% of people. 95% of retail traders lose money, spend hours each day staring at screens, and miss the best opportunities while they sleep. Let's dominate the markets, but using them means giving up control or learning to code. That's not freedom. That's friction.
Use Saffron. We believe trading should be as simple as speaking your mind. Saffron automatically creates your strategy, executes trades 24/7, and keeps you updated.
And here's what makes it truly different. Non-custodial. Your funds stay in your wallet, always. AI-powered. Talk to Saffron like a trading partner. Crypto native. Build directly for DEXs and perpetual DEXs. Open source. Transparent algorithms, nothing hidden. It's smarter, speak naturally, stay in control.
The AI trading market is exploding, projected to hit $40 billion by 2030. Perpetual DEXs already move over $150 billion a year, growing 300% annually. Yet most tools are built for pros, complex, coded, and time-consuming. Saffron makes trading simple, smart, and accessible for everyone.
We believe humans should control their trading, not bots. Our AI runs locally on your phone, giving traders real autonomy and security. We've built 4 proven strategies. Grid captures volatility. Mean reversion exploits price extremes. DCA automates long-term accumulation. Momentum rides breakout trends. Each configuration is the result of extensive backtesting with live market data, optimized for capital efficiency and risk control. Our grid strategy delivers 15.75% returns on SOL in 7 days, with a 72% win rate on ETH across 100 days. We've kept drawdowns minimal at just 3.42%, while actively managing 40 to 75% of capital, balancing growth, control, and consistent performance.
Our team combines deep AI and financial expertise. I'm Shen, founder and AI engineer leading autonomous crypto trading. Kyle, a long-term friend of mine, is a Wall Street veteran and CFA charter holder with a decade in quantitative strategy and portfolio analysis. Also, special thanks to our AI collaborators, ChatGPT, Sora, Level Labs, Midjourney, and our amazing community for helping bring Saffron Trade to life.
At Saffron Trade, we believe trading should be accessible to everyone, not just quants or institutions. Our mission is to make AI-powered trading simple, safe, and universal. Together, let's build a future where every trader has the power of AI at their fingertips.
This is so cool.
This is cool. I think like AI-powered trading, definitely it is true, because I feel that like it removes the emotion and the FOMO from the equation. So because like at the end of the day, like human trading is like to some extent like driven by both like fear and greed. So I think like instead of like imagine you would remove that and just focus on like the raw data, which is good, and it's like cross-chain. I like that aspect of it, because now, for example, ApeCoin is deployed across 7 networks, so you can actually take your Ape and start utilizing a different ecosystem, different networks, for example. So there's that angle as well, that you don't actually have to be logged in. You can actually take your Ape and you can trade anywhere. So I really like that.
And voice, right? Let me do the huge round of applause that is well deserved. That's like vibe trading. You didn't need to learn how to trade, and now you can just speak with an AI vibe trade. That could be a good one.
Yeah, I feel that, for example, vibe trading. Yeah, I mean, like of course, like definitely like NFA, but like be safe out there, because at the end of the day, AI actually takes data from outside, which can be corrupted and then make like bad calls. But I feel that like I like the aspect that they actually have AI like localized device. So that's actually like really underrated use case, that you're running your own like localized AI on your device, which is running in a secure platform, and not everything goes through a ChatGPT API, for example. So that angle, I feel that was, I mean, I prefer that one, definitely.
So much potential.
There is definitely, like, I think like this is something, and definitely like think about it, trading and sports market are like multi-billion industry, and like there is certain level of friction, and as AI gets more intelligent, it will get more, like, it will be eventually like front running even the best investors. So the thinking process, that how do you say, the calculations are going to run like even faster. You'll be actually competing against bots. You won't be like competing against other
bot like HFT, and then it's kind of like that already, but for Web3 trading now, I still need to approve the transaction. Also, there's still the human factor, but eventually when we give wallets, fully automated wallets and payments to the AI agents, they could be running companies. They could be running the whole teams, paying people, and maybe we are going to work for an AI employer eventually.
Yeah, exactly. Think like an AI hedge fund, right?
Yeah, kind of like that.
All
That's
all
it.
right.
We went over there 3 hours of demos. Oh my god, the time
Yeah,
flew here.
yeah, I mean, like we're really on the dot, but honestly, that was not planned. Actually, we went overboard. It may look like, oh yeah, we just like did the math like exact 3 hours, but I love everyone coming out, like showing their weeks of work. I love the idea. It's like the thought process behind it, and then like translating it into an actual like working demo in given in this time zone, which is amazing. Absolutely
amazing. Well, that's a wrap then. What do you think, Alok? A goal achieved?
I'm still right? Yes, I wanted to say that like this program is something. I mean, like we've ran this for the first time, something like this. But I would say like the results that came out of it were like completely mind-blowing. I'm still like processing, so give me some time to actually like I will go over them and then make like a summary of each of them. Connect you with the builders. If anyone actually wants to talk to the builders, wants to like highlight, showcase, drop into a space, like absolutely. I think like these builders actually deserve all the applause. They deserve all the credit, and we need more of these ideas to actually come forward. So definitely, congratulations, everyone.
Amazing. Huge congratulations. Let's go for that. Thank you very much, everyone. We vibe coded, we demonstrated, built on Apechain, and then we have our Ape on top, right?
Apechain on top, definitely. Yeah, just like before wrapping up, like these 7 weeks flew. I feel like I really appreciate to all the builders and also like the partners who joined in, like Third Web, amazing. We saw some amazing implementations of the Third Web toolkit. It's like using everything from wallets, from like sponsored transactions, smart accounts, which are still like picking up. I feel that like it's a majority of accounts are still EOA, but I feel that like the transactions are slowly now like moving over to smart accounts. So that's really good to hear. Sponsored transactions, like reducing the friction. Thank you everyone from the partner side who gave us like some real alpha, from like fundraising, PMF, like building a community, for example. How do you handle socials? I mean, there's just like so much of this. I mean, like now I'm like a bit blanking out after 3 hours, but I feel like everyone played their part for making this like a success. But like thank you so much, Mateos, for taking the lead on this.
Thank you for the opportunity, and thank everyone that dedicated 4 or 5 weeks of your lives and built these amazing projects.
Yeah, and lastly, this is not the end. I think like this is like just the starting point. Like definitely continue on this. I will be in touch with all of the builders shortly after. And yeah, I mean, like, sorry, not to take too much of your time. We can call off from here.
That's amazing. Thank you, everyone. Great demos. See you all.
Thank you. See you all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.